Yes. That sounded good.
Yeah,
That was a good pop.
That was a pretty good pop.
It was good. Very good indeed.
I'm old. Hello.
We're both old.
My everything creaks.
You were also a dancer, though. So, like, your whole body is just like, what have you done to me?
80.
It's been 84 years.
I slept weird last night, so I've had like a stiff neck all day, so that pop did feel good. Alright, so...
Continue!
Continue!
We've got to be really close to the end of this case, I think.
Load this Jada. Oh, mama.
Please load this data.
Database.
Database! Oh, jeez.
Isn't that something? And that's an anime, right?
Yeah. That's, Log Horizon.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
I love that opening song. Though, admittedly, I didn't, get too far in Log Horizon.
I did not, I think, get past the first 2 episodes.
Well, I was gonna wait for the dub to come out all the way, because
Right.
someone's in it that we know, and I was like, oh, I'll wait for all... Which I say about everything that any of our friends are ever in.
Yeah.
Here's looking at you, 7 Deadly Sins and My Hero Academia. Like, just never get around to actually watching it.
I'm seeing so, like, I follow, you know me, I follow like a bajillion artists.
Right.
On, like, Twitter and stuff, and everyone is so into My Hero Academia. I'm like, I should really watch this.
We should.
But I just finished Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's just a lot. And you did! You just finished Lord of the Rings! I'm so happy! Sid, how long have we been together?
A long time.
A long-ass time. It's, like, unacceptable to be together and not watch Lord of the Rings together, and after all this time, we finally did it.
It was beautiful, too. I didn't think I don't know, you guys, like...
I'm glad it worked out the way it did. I hadn't read the books in a long time. I don't even know if I ever finished, because of my recent listening to the audiobook, I don't remember if I ever finished Return of the King, like, ever reading it, because there was stuff in there I did not remember happening. But, I was so glad to, like, get through the books and watch the movies very close together.
Well, dude, like, we, what was it? We were talking, me, you, and, Nims. We're all talking about, like, you guys, because you had both seen Lord of the Rings before, like, talking about what your favorite one was. And his is Fellowship. No,
mine's Fellowship.
Yours is Fellowship. His is Two
Towers.
Two Towers. The third one was actually my favorite.
That makes me happy. A lot of people, because I love Return of the King, but it's so long that lots of people are like, Return of the King is really good, but it's just so long. And I'm like, I feel you.
No, that one was my favorite.
And we watched the extended cut of all 3. Bless you.
The third one was my favorite.
Yay!
I mean, I loved them all, don't get me wrong. Like, Fellowship was great, Two Towers was great. But the third one, I had so many feelings.
Yeah. Return of the King makes me cry.
So many. I did a lot more crying when you walked out of the room.
Good. I mean, not good. I didn't want to make you cry, but
I had to sit there for a second and just like, well, I'm just gonna sit here and cry for a little bit because I have a lot of feelings and they're all about hobbits and fucking Aragon.
Oh, Cynthia watched all 3 of the director's cut in one day. Woo! That's a feat. That's an all-day affair. That's like a thing that people do sometimes. They'll watch all 3 extended cuts in one day, but like they'll take breaks at certain points of the movies to have like the Hobbit meals. Yeah. It's pretty good. And you have to make lembas bread. Which, you know, neither of us can have lembas bread.
No.
Well,
anyways,
anyways,
I couldn't eat that much food either. Like to be fair.
You have to space it out and make them very light meals.
Yeah. Not that hobbits make them light meals.
Well, it's like first breakfast can be super like an actual breakfast, and the second breakfast is like some fruit and some cheese, and then 11sies is like lembas bread. It's like I'm not even making it up. Like it's laid out like that what you're supposed to eat, I think.
Oh.
But then you can like make it up as you go, and then there's tea time and yeah. Anyways, 13 hours, man. I get people that have never read the books, but there is a lot of nice detail in the books. I recommend the audiobooks.
I'm gonna start listening to it on Monday.
The one I sent you, I don't believe is official, but it's still, I really enjoyed it.
Hey, as long as they're just reading the books, I'm getting the books.
Yeah, it's nice to listen and envision it rather than trying to read, because I sometimes struggle. Because it's like I can read really fast, but because of like dyslexia and attention problems, I reread the same passage like 50 million times. So it can take a lot for me to get through books like that sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. I've had the issue of, and it's been ever since I was a kid, and I used to I love books, and I love reading, but as I get older, especially, I'm way more fond of audiobooks just for the fact that, reading gives me a headache. And that sounds so weird and so,
No, but it's eye strain.
Yeah.
I get it.
And it's happened to me since I was a kid. Even when I was a kid, I couldn't read for too long or I'd get a headache.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
So, audiobooks have been just a godsend. I've gotten through so many more books.
Well, there are a lot of good ones now, and they're plentiful, and a lot of them are really high quality.
Mm-hmm. Well, no.
I've always wanted to get into doing audiobooks, too.
Oh, I love audiobooks.
Just because, doing them.
Well, yeah, no, reading them.
Yeah.
But, if I know, not sponsored, but...
Nobody wants to sponsor us for anything.
God, I love Audible. If you if you have an extra $15 a month, I would definitely recommend Audible, the Audible membership. You can still download audiobooks from Audible and it's...
I've never heard of, I've never used Audible, but I've heard, you've told me how much you love it.
I loved Audible. You get a free book every month. You have a free book.
Free book, bitch.
How cool is that?
In-depth description of how elf penises would work? Whoa! That would be the kind of discussion that I would be interested in, too.
I want to learn Elvish now.
Which one?
Which one?
Which one?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's more than one elf dialect. I don't know this for any particular reason. I didn't try to learn it. I don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Anyway, pay attention! We gotta cross-examine some shit. Wow, first... Right off the bat, Ace Attorney go off the rails. It's gonna be a night.
We watched Lord of the Rings. We have a lot of discussion to be had.
We finished less than an hour ago. About an hour ago. So Ms. Newman took over half a day. Can you please be a little more precise on that? Oh yeah, building the statue or whatever. Haha, what a wonderful question. She was having quite a tough time, you see. Prosecutor Gavin, the statue alone took her from the morning hours into the evening. This is a rather large statue, after all. Oh, hey, Liz, thanks for the host. And hi, Hayden. Don't be silly. It merely exposes the difference between student and teacher. You're not an art teacher.
Is that right?
Yeah. Why is he looking more evil now?
Now he has a mohawk.
Yeah, I like the new look. I like the crack in his face.
I like the crack in his face, too. Builds character.
Most of the other statue? What exactly does that mean? Robin created the basic outline of Mr. Wright's statue before the last bell rang. I, in turn, completed the rest of it. I see. In academics as well as art, learning the basics is incredibly important. In short, you skipped the most important part of statue making, didn't you?
Yes.
What? Why, you insolent little... It is the practical applications built upon the basics that take so much time. Professors such as I mastered the basics a long, long time ago. Yeah, he's right. He is basic.
Oh, yes.
Will I make it to RPG Limit Break if I don't get the full amount? Yes. I'll be able to figure it out at this point. I feel like I'll be okay. So, like, it's just up there still for just extra random expenses and stuff. Plus, I've decided that if I do make it there and I budget out my travel expenses, because I won't really know once I get there, if I have some left over, I'm actually going to donate it to Limit Break.
Yeah.
Because it goes to NAMI, the National Alliance for Mental Health or Mental Illness.
Yay!
So yay! Doing our part.
I'm close relation with the mental illness.
Yes.
We know each other very well.
Yes, same.
We're quite acquainted. Unlike Miss Fancy Pants here, who likes all lawyerly fundamentals.
Oh, quiet you. I know how to bullshit. That's basic number one. Now do you understand? I did not leave that stage until I was done. Yeah!
Yes!
Oh, Liz, thank you so much for the 11 months. Oh my god, 11 months. Wow.
Your baby is 2 months old.
Damn. Thank you so much for that support. Damn. 11 damn months. Blows my mind.
Yes, you didn't leave.
Well, Miss Sykes, do you accept the witness's claim? Do we? Wait.
That
Well,
he didn't
Didn't leave.
until he was absolutely finished.
I mean, we're gonna just go ahead and just be like, not in your life, Buster, for a reason that I'll figure out as I go.
Yeah, because
Because you gotta in order to be. No, I don't. I know there's more to this, and I won't stop until the truth comes out. The more you struggle, the more you sink. Like so much legal quicksand, so to speak. I used the world's ultimate technique to complete the statue by 8:30 p.m.
world's ultimate technique. You're not fucking saying, alright?
No, it's the ultimate technique of the entire world. Saw 2 statues with her own eyes at 8:30 p.m. No, she said they were covered.
They were covered.
They were covered.
with a blankie.
Maybe our client only thought she saw the statues. You ever think about that?
Silence.
Blackwell.
Pity for you, but we've already confirmed it with the accused. She is on record as having seen both statues.
Yeah, that's true. I just thought I'd give it a shot.
Just both statues covered with a blanket or white sheet or whatever.
Do we have evidence of that?
I'll check the court record after this is over.
I have the ultimate in courtroom techniques. It is absolutely airtight. I will bury you. This will be your final resting place, along with all the who believed in you.
Oh wow.
Is there no way to get to this guy?
You've already got to him. Look at him.
Yeah,
He's
he's-
fucking nuts.
He's got, man. You better pay attention. Pay very close attention.
Okay. Court record, please.
Oh, everybody getting hugs in chat.
I love hugs. I love all your faces too. You're all precious beings. So that's the photos we got. Results of that.
Wait, look at the photos.
The details?
Yeah, because of 601. Okay, and Robin is still there, and the thing is there. So that much is true. 603.
You're pointing a finger at Robin, being like, do.
Okay, so that's not relevant for this part. Not yet, anyway.
Identified by Miriam. We already did this one.
Mm-hmm.
Unbroken on stage.
Because we know she didn't really see them.
Yeah, no. We know that she saw them draped in a white sheet. I wish we had our testimony.
I know, right?
Well,
Robin was always a girl. Her parents tried to make her masquerade as a guy. And also tried to make her take the prosecutor's course when she wants to be an artist. So now she's just like, well, thanks for outing me. I actually wanted you to, because fuck my parents, and now I can just be who I am. And I'm gonna be an artist. So why were you in such a hurry? In the legal world, your body is your capital. The early bird gets the worm, as they say. Do they say that? That's why I get to bed at 9 p.m. each and every night. And that's why I was working as fast as I could. I didn't want to miss my bedtime. That's so early. Oh, ready to concede that I never left the stage? Hi, Queenie. Do you accept the witness's claim? No. Let's see.
I'd be careful, Athena, if you don't have anything. It's probably best just to grin and bear it for now until you find something to nail him with.
That's what she
Look
said.
at that expression.
Yeah, I know. He's just like deadpan. But, when will you cease this nonsense? I am quite busy today, as I was the night of the crime.
Busy killing some bitches.
Right? How could I have possibly had the time to go to the art room and commit murder? Yeah, but you could have taken a short break or something. Preposterous! I didn't even have 10 minutes to spare. Not even 5 for a visit to the lavatory. Let me ask you, Your Honor. Did you find anything wrong with my claim?
That's pretty gross, actually. Did you just go to the bathroom on yourself? Did you put in a catheter or something, at the very least?
No, I used to do that, just pee in the bushes.
So far it appears that your statue making was quite a difficult chore. And I see nothing that could overturn your claim that you never left the stage.
But the art room is only a few steps away!
We've already pressed him like crazy, Apollo.
That's all I can think of, too. I guess we'll just have to do some more shit. Some more of the same shit. Hey, it's Mr. That Guy. Thanks for your bit. And hi, Quattro.
Snap, bitty baby.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So let's look at our handy-dandy, trusty court record, shall we? What's going on? What the fuck is happening?
Well, okay.
Between 6 and 8 p.m. was the time of death. We know that. We know he was there at 6.
Yes.
And Robin was there. And we know Junie was with Corte at 6 and then left.
I love Robin's face.
I know! What a cutie.
Just like, I'm so serious.
Aw, life is good, my dude.
Okay, no. This
Yeah, I
isn't
think
what
because of, we're done with what's his dick, so we're done with that evidence, probably.
Oh
Maybe.
shit, Greenie!
Greenie!
Baby!
Oh, hey, baby. Think you'll heal biz. I think I know kind of like what it's getting at, but I don't think we know enough to get there yet. So I don't know what it wants us to do.
Oh, wait. This thing has been my handy dandy.
Ooh,
No.
nope. Damn it.
Thought I had something there in the back of my brainium.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, you gonna race with Poixel? He's super cool. Good night, dude. Good luck on your race. And I'm super hyped for Limit Break. Like, damn.
That looks like a stone bra.
That's what I'm like. Look at those stone titty. Oh, to get a raise to... Oh, okay. That's still a lot. So enjoy your sleep. Nighty-night.
Look at Junie in the background giving the side eye.
Yeah, she's like, bitch, I see you. And that's the other thing we haven't figured out, why the Gaviner's banner was burned.
Yeah.
I mean, we can take a guess, I suppose. Junie is just the best. She's such a pure bean.
I literally, like...
I don't know either.
Took over...
Maybe when the judge prompts us to say whatever, we should give the other answer and see what happens.
Okay. Don't be silly.
Or sometimes you need to double press, but you'll know if it's new dialogue. Rude! What is this UI? It's mobile. Yes? I've tried everything, but I still can't prove anything. I guess I concede. I couldn't hear you. Say it louder this time. I concede the professor means never left the stage. That's right, but what took you so long? I was there at the stage the entire time. I couldn't possibly have committed that crime. I'm not gonna give up here.
I'm afraid I have to side with the witness, Miss Sykes. And unless you have any further objections, I have to put this issue to rest.
That was a shot in the dark. Not yet. The defense still has an objection.
Athena, you've thought of something?
Well, as I said, not yet.
Oh, so it's time for legal smoke and mirrors?
You guessed it. Not yet, Athena. It's not yet time to quit. It's at times like these, when it seems like there's no way out, that you have to... Yeah, I have to turn the case upside down. Instead of focusing on whether Professor Means could have gone to the art room, I should focus on how he could commit the murder without going there. It seems our young lady has a real bona fide idea. I must use any means possible to distract her. See if she can think while I cast these stones. Well, who brought the bird to school?
Sykes, Dono. If I hear one word of your usual jibber-jabber, I shall have your head. The murder occurred in the art room, yet the witness was on the stage. How do you propose to fill the vast gap between these two key facts?
He has a twin brother! If I accept the premise that the professor was on the stage the entire time, the only other answer is that we got something else wrong. Wait, that's it! Every last one of us made a huge mistake. We were totally wrong about the... crime? I don't remember. You want to save? It's not that big of a penalty. If Professor Meads was on the stage the entire time, then he must be the killer.
Ridiculous. The defense has become utterly incoherent.
No, it's just the murder wasn't committed where we thought it was.
Continue, Sykes, Dono.
Okay, the murder was actually committed here.
On the stage? Or near the stage? On the stage.
I
On
mean,
the stage.
I guess so, if he didn't leave. The greatest riddle of this case has been how the body was moved from the art room. But if the murder occurred on the stage, then that means the body was never moved at all.
Who allowed you to bring in that chalkboard? Silly girl. When the body was found, there wasn't a drop of blood on the stage floor. Surely there would have been some blood if that's where the murder was committed.
There wasn't any blood on the stage, really? But there was something on stage at the time of the murder that's now bloodstained.
The thing! This thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The witness can't... I know, right? Teachers, man. It's true there were no bloodstains on the stage floor.
That we saw. With the naked eye.
But there was something on the stage that did have a bloodstain. And that would be this, the school banner. No blood would have gotten on the floor if this were under the victim when she was killed.
Oh my, that's quite a compelling theory.
What is it now? My theory makes perfect sense!
That was a pathetic attempt. You must put in every inch of your body into your attacks.
Taka.
The autopsy states the cause of death was loss of blood. Yet only trace amounts was found upon that banner. Where did the rest go? On the other banner.
Maybe on the other banner.
Blood getting on there when the body was moved by wire makes more sense than not.
Very good, Simon. Tell me, what was your first choice in education? I'll write you the ultimate in recommendation letters. You're all but guaranteed to get in.
What's with his ponytail? Would you say he has a bird's nest?
That face.
Sorry, I'll leave forever.
No, don't. Please stay.
Actually, so the defense, they have something to explain that as well.
You do?
If there was only a trace amount of blood on the school banner, then there must have been something else the killer used to soak up the blood. All I have to do is figure out what. This is what soaked up most of the victim's blood.
There it is.
Check this fucking shit out.
Right there. Present.
Granny made fan art of us? Stop it, I'm gonna die.
It looks like there's some other piece of fabric on top of the school banner.
Sorry, I'm dying a little. It's the Gavinier's banner that has been specifically made for the school concert. Greedy, you're such a bean. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first, but would have soaked right through it onto the other banner. But I don't know.
Unless it's like...
Well, Gavin said that it was like really like
high quality cloth.
like a tight weave, like a thick, like a duck cloth almost maybe. I could see that. taking a little while for blood to go through it. Or if it was Sombrella.
Don't.
Anyways, only a small amount would have soaked through to the school banner below. So it makes total sense for the school banner to only have a little bit of blood on it.
So that banner absorbed blood like a dishcloth. Yes, that would explain it.
The Gavineers banner was like a dishcloth? Surely it was at least a towel quality.
Simon, don't just stand there. Do something.
Sykes-Dono, you are learning to wield a blade quite well.
Thank you.
But how will you respond when I come slashing at you like this? The remnant of the large bloodstain was detected in the art room. But why would there be blood there if the murder occurred on stage, as you claim?
The blood stain in the art room was faked. How? I'll tell you how! You can't handle the truth! All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs. And that something was a piece of evidence we've just finished discussing.
Oh shit.
The killer used this to bring up the victim's blood to the art room.
Fucking the Gavineers. Right?
Yeah, I guess so. You just bring it out. Oh my god, the Army of Jeff's picture! I remember that, and I still have it saved on my phone, I think. I'm so excited. I'm gonna hang that up in here. To think you'd stoop so low as to present mere garbage to the court. It's only garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator. That's the oldest trick in the book, son. That someone was most likely the killer seeking to get rid of crucial evidence. The killer used the wire to bring the blood-soaked Gavineers banner to the art room. Then the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. It makes perfect sense.
Order! Order! This is quite a development. I think the body was never actually moved. Hold it right there. The body must have been moved. How else do you explain that loud crash you heard during the mock trial?
Anyone could have made that sound.
If it wasn't caused by the body crashing into the statues, then what was it?
I hadn't thought of that. If that loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues.
It still could have been the body hitting the statues. Just because she died on stage doesn't mean later you couldn't have brought her body.
I know, she didn't really. Then what was it indeed? The knot in the school banner shows that something was carried along the wire in it. That much did happen. So if that's true, I know what I have to find. Something that was in the art room before the murder, and then on the stage after.
Yes!
The object that was sent down the wire to crash into the statues was...
This bitch.
Yes.
Ah! That statue!
Yes, I believe it was this statue that broke the other two. Not Professor Cortez's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure white Lady Justice from earlier. Professor Cortez accidentally broke it while she was polishing it the day before the mock trial. But she used her own unique artistic sense and technique to repair it, as you see here. I particularly like where the scales look like a bra. Nobody would have guessed that it was originally Lady Justice.
Perhaps you're onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrap heap relic in such a tedious manner?
Excellent questions, Simon. Keep 'em coming.
You know why. But the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are.
I am not twisted.
Lady Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, Professor Means was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. If we consider the facts, then Lady Justice was moved in order to...
Interrupt the mock trial?
more pointers to the body? Or maybe Professor Means was trying to interrupt the mock trial. That must be the answer. Oh, the professor wanted. Ah, damn it. I object to how you always ask people questions. Wake up, sheeple!
Aww.
Must have just been okay to bring us to the body then. I mean, like, you interrupt the mock trial to point us to the body, so, like, they're not technically wrong. Professor Means uses pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial. He wanted to make it look like he couldn't possibly have moved the body.
Ah.
Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi.
Gah! That's quite a persuasive argument. For a while there, I thought you weren't taking the trial seriously. Well done.
Yeah, I fucked up once. Dog.
The facial expressions bother you? Which ones? Or just you mean in general? It is weird sometimes, like the 3D aspect of it is made apparent compared to like the last games we were playing.
You should never underestimate me, Athena Sykes.
Professor Means always means what he says and says what he means by all means. Fine then. Say it already. I'm waiting.
Damn, girl, I love that sass.
I'm waiting. The murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until late the next day. Countless students passed by the stage until they met in the lecture hall for the mock trial. So answer me this. Why didn't anyone see the body that entire time? That can be explained by,
If the victim was murdered on the stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. And of course, there was nowhere to hide the body upon that stage. This is not going good, Athena. Our claim is this close to being beaten to pulp. Beaten to a pulp. To a singular pulp.
Just a singular one. I know, but we've come so far. Oh, snap. Is that the real Vita? Thanks for the host. Bitch, I see you. But thank you for the host. Can I get Consider yourself schooled. I couldn't have possibly killed anyone. The killer is none other than Juniper Woods. It always has been and it always will be. Just wait a minute. Poor Juniper. She must seriously regret having asked you to defend her. But rude! To add insult to injury, you nearly had Hugh convicted for murder. Surely you haven't forgotten that little fiasco. Rude.
Wow.
Not only did you fail to defend your client, you also raised false charges against her friend. You have no right to call yourself a lawyer. No, that's so rude! What if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial? Would you not lose everything you worked so hard to gain? Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I?
Yes. Go, Athena.
Don't tell me I failed once again. Failed to save someone near and dear to me. I've worked so hard to become a lawyer and even studied psychology. Has it all been for naught? Am I just doomed to relive that all over again?
No, it's okay.
uh, uh.
Athena, what's wrong?
Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Relax, Athena. Breathe.
Oh my god, widget's off.
It's not working. Everything is going dark. After all I've done, is this how it ends? Forgive me, Junie. I couldn't protect you like I said I would.
Of course.
Well, we knew. I mean, this is a flashback case, so... You leave Athena alone, man! She's the one who saved me! It was because of Athena that I could stop hiding and start living my life as a girl again. And she saved the friendship between Hugh, Juniper, and I. I think you're an awesome lawyer, Athena. One of the best.
Aww.
But I raised false charges against you. And that's not all. I've done some seriously unforgivable things.
What's the big deal? False charges are nothing to be scared of.
Aw.
I'm not even mad at you. I should really be thanking you. You used legitimate means to expose my wrongdoings and give me a chance to re-examine what's important.
I ain't even mad. But what does it matter if I can't save Juniper? I mean, the whole reason I've come so far is...
It's not over yet, Athena. Even now, at this very moment, I still believe in you.
Junie,
I know you better than most people, Athena. And I know you'd never surrender to the dark age of the law like that professor did.
fuck that guy. Thank you, Junie, but I feel like I can barely breathe. I don't know what to do.
Stop your bleeding this instant. You look like an utter fool.
Prosecutor Blackwell?
There is one who awaits you, is there not? There's a reason you have studied so very hard. Are you prepared to give up on all you have worked for thus far? It would not do to have you disappoint you know who. Me.
I...
That's my guess. My guess is... Anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to disappoint Sid. No evidence or anything else to establish my guilt. You are helpless before the might of lawyers for whom the ends justifies the means.
Don't worry, Athena. You're doing fine.
We're all doing fine.
I'm doing fine!
I'm Apollo Justice and we're all doing fine.
We're all fine! The truth will always... Wait. The truth will always wins against people like him.
I think it's supposed to just say win. I think that's a typo. I didn't even notice it until just now.
I know, it's just like...
Wait, what platform is Detective Pikachu on? Because I honestly would love to. Play that someday.
I forgot to grab snips and snip this.
Oh, just remind me later. But Apollo, what am I supposed to do now?
Listen, all you have to do is take a deep breath and look back over the entire case.
I tried doing that. That was the whole breathing thing.
I couldn't breathe. The truth's to be found, and there always is. You're sure to find it. Now let me see your smile. Remember what Mr. Wright said? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Oh my god.
Thanks, everyone. You don't have to worry about me now. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You ripped that off from Mia, but she would have been proud of you.
Ah! Widget's pissed!
Oh, man. Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to rock. Prepare for your utter defeat. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Professor Corte wasn't killed in the art room. She was killed right where her body was found. We know because there wasn't any time to move the body from there to somewhere else. That means the body had to have been hidden somewhere on stage until it was found. Let's think along these lines and see where it takes us. First up, when did Professor Means remove the body from its hiding place? Let's see. What was he doing right before the body was discovered? He was using the span of time his fake alibi created to move the body where it would be easily spotted. Therefore, the only time Professor Means could have removed the body from its hiding place is... This music is a jam.
Wait, the only time Professor Means could have removed the body from its hiding place is
Well,
during the mock trial?
we saw him before the mock trial.
Oh.
Remember? Well, it's
Well,
been a while since the beginning of the case, but...
Yeah,
So it had to have been.
during.
It was during the mock trial, specifically...
During the speech?
Yes? Yes. Professor Means moved the body to an easily seen location during his long pre-recorded speech. The professor also moved something to the stage that wasn't there before, specifically...
The white statue?
Yeah. It must have been. That's what made the noise. During the mock trial, Professor Means wrapped the White Lady Justice in the school banner and sent it zipping down to the stage with a crash, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. He drew attention to the body and made it look like the murder occurred in the art room. But was there anywhere to hide a body on stage? Doesn't seem likely. No, there had to be someplace. Wait a second. How about something that should have been finished but was only mostly done? Something that was used to cover the body up, but didn't draw undue attention because it looked like it belonged there on stage. In that way, no one would suspect there was a body hidden inside. Oh, ish. That's messed up. Oh, I know! Mr. Wright's statue was never actually finished. That's a damn shame. The body was wrapped under some cloth to hide what was really inside, cleverly disguising it as the boss's statue. Miss Newman gave up on the Wright statue, yet Professor Means finished it in a single night. I mean, that's bullshit. Have you ever tried to make a full statue?
What an impressive feat that was, I guess.
No, his so-called work of art deserves none of our praise. Damn. That's because it was only a facade to hide his real work. The murder of Professor Corte.
Well, come again? I'm afraid I don't follow. You gotta spell it out for me.
He hid the body by making it look like the statue of Mr. Wright. With the body wrapped under a piece of cloth that looked just like a statue.
What?
I second that. What? Huh. Now this is getting interesting.
Mr. Wright was an accessory to murder. This is getting preposterous. Preposterous, I
Nobody
say.
may speak but me.
That's good. How would such a thing even be possible? I don't know, you to kill it, not me. We'll never know until we try.
Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going.
Okay, Apollo. Time to turn me into a reasonable likeness of Mr. Wright. I'm gonna pose like the statue, like so. And now I want you to wrap me up in a cloth so that I look like a statue.
I hate to ask the obvious, but where am I supposed to get this magical cloth?
I don't know, from anywhere. There's gotta be a flag hanging in here somewhere.
Blackwell's got one.
I'm afraid that isn't the right color, Mr. Justice.
Well, given how sudden the request was, it's kind of the best I could do, Your Honor. Alright, I think that about does it.
Well, what do you think, everyone? Do I look just like a statue of Mr. Right or what?
I don't know. I see titty.
Well, pretend I'm a dude for a sec. I don't know.
It's like a random person to me. What are the statues? A pair of busts?
Phoenix Ray has that spiky hair on the back of his head. Forget the hair. The statue's head is way bigger than your average person's anyway. You've got to hand it to me for trying anyway. Wait, that's it, the hands! Her arms are raised over her head and there are dark bruises around her wrists.
Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something.
The marks on her wrist indicated she'd been tied up. Apollo, tie me up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you?
What? No! Besides, it was your idea. Just tell me how to tie your hands already.
I'm not kink-shaming you. I just, I don't want to make this awkward for the court.
No! The only... No!
Professor Cortez's wrists were tied together, and I can't help but think that that's related.
In an objection pose.
Maybe?
Behind my head.
How long ago is this flashback? Like an arrow, really?
I don't know. I'm gonna get a penalty. I'm gonna
Save. No, the arrow was planted. It wasn't the real murder weapon at all. They just stuck an arrow in it to make it look like some bitch's school script because they were trying to frame her.
Alright, I'm gonna do this one first just because if it's not right, at least it's funny.
Tie both of my hands in an objection pose. Do it.
You sure? What about the spiky hair on the back of the head?
Oh, I know. The boss is right there. Just go pull some out and you can glue it on.
Okay, I'm on it. Ouch! What do you think you're doing, Apollo?
Sorry.
Sorry, Athena. I couldn't do it.
Don't be such a wimp.
Oh, how unfortunate. I was so looking forward to seeing where that was headed.
Me too.
It's all Apollo's fault. I guess I better think of something else.
Behind her head.
Yeah. Apollo, tie both of my hands behind my head. See? This makes it possible to fake the spikes on the back of Mr. Wright's head. Look how dramatic it is.
But then what about the statue's arm? With both of your hands behind your head, you can't exactly complete the pose.
Yeah, it would be awfully hard to make the objection pose like this.
Can't help but thinking you've forgotten something, Athena. Something on the body that you don't have right now. Oh, an arrow?
Oh yeah, the arrow. There was an arrow sticking out of her side. Okay, Apollo, take that and plunge it into my side, but not
Wow.
really.
Are you crazy?
Sorry. Well, fine, go get some duct tape. Rapido, Schnell.
All right. I don't need to know other languages to know bossy when I hear it.
Yeah, we getting into it now. The fatal arrow to the side. Spiky hair created from 2 hands. A masterpiece in the making. Now cover me with that cloth. But remember to make the arrow stand out, okay?
Yep. Look at that little.
Mommy, the arm's too short.
Shh, remember your indoor voice, dear. Nobody's buying it. The arrow's nowhere near long enough.
But... What else could you use for the arm? Still won't give up, eh? I must commend you, if only for your spirit and determination.
Well, of course she's not giving up.
Notice how Blackwell's got both of his hands below the desk. Damn.
After all she's put me through, she owes me an explanation, and one that makes sense. Now, disappoint me again, and the penalty will be doubly painful.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Man, I guess I better get it right this time. Think, Athena, think! Professor Corte was murdered when she stopped by the stage to see Professor Means. If it wasn't premeditated, he must have used something close at hand for his little ruse. Apollo, show me those stage setup photos again.
Like that? Right now? Okay, hold on.
Did I stutter? Please, 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 be in this photo. It just has to be.
Do we get to look at both photos or just this one?
Just this one. You can save it now still. But he still has his staff. Unless he's like typical cartoon character, he got like 10 staffs in his closet. And then like 10 different versions of the same outfit.
I mean,
The wood's a possibility.
that's what I was wondering. If, like, he could have just stood her up on the skeleton of the statue.
That's what I'm thinking.
But
We could try that first. I mean, there's a lot of stuff around that could be. Look at this. This makes an even better arm than Mr. Wright's own appendage. Uh-oh, vague statement's bad. No, yeah, you do that and then
wait,
return to
whoops.
title.
Oh no!
He didn't have his staff the first time, did he not? I don't remember, it was so long ago. We could try it.
Yeah, we can try it.
There's only so many things in the photo. Something's gotta be right.
Something's got to give.
I found a witch's staff once it was a weird Thursday. Hell yeah. Got it. I know what he used for the arm of the statue of Mr. Wright. This is absurd. There's no such thing in this photo. Don't play dumb with me, Professor. It's the staff you have right there. Staff? This is the spear of a great legal warrior. Whatever, just hurry up and lend it to me. The length is perfect. Mr. Wright couldn't possibly object to such an awesome arm. Okay, go for it, Apollo.
Sure, I'll give your arm a hand. Cloth and binding coming right up.
He's like, I wasn't into this before, but I'm starting to get into it. Yeah, long boys. Wow, it's Phoenix Wright.
Look, it's that famous lawyer.
Oh my god!
That's definitely him. Know that pose anywhere. We did it, didn't we?
Well, am I not the spitting image of the legendary Phoenix Wright? The man who will bring us out of these dark ages and into an era of brilliant golden light.
Phoenix is just sitting there in the audience like, oh.
He's like super red, half out of like embarrassment and half out of like, oh, Athena.
He's like, I'm so happy. Golden light, all I see before me. is a pink specter of a man.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. That's just because Mr. Right likes the statue. He's positively tickled pink. Get it, Apollo? He's tickled pink.
Bah. That joke deserves a pink slip.
Oh, I get it.
Seems the gallery is quite impressed with the defense's sharp thinking. And the witness?
But the resemblance is nothing more than a coincidence. Not so fast there, Buster. Unfortunately for you, I can prove my theory to be more than mere coincidence. To prove that his spear was thrust into the victim, all I have to do is... test it for blood? We had assumed the victim's jagged wound came from the arrow being forcibly shoved in. But if the wound was from the spear instead, then we should be able to detect traces of the victim's blood on it. Your Honor, a brief recess, if you will. By any means possible. What if I get rid of my spear? Wait, what if I burn it? Yes, let's talk about that right in the middle of the courtroom. You can't hold it against me. Wow! If I do that, I'll be found innocent. Yes, I'm innocent, I tell you! Surely you don't expect us to take lectures from you now? Now I ask you in the gallery. Help me decide the professor's fate. This is amazing. Oh. Well, that was weird.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what has become of our witness, Aristotle Means?
It is as Sykes-Stono suspected. Blood was detected on his staff. He is admitted to this heinous crime. All of it. He shall join us in the Clink tomorrow. His teaching skills can be put to good use there. Great, he'll teach felons that the end justifies the means. So much for rehabilitation!
Can I ask what the professor's motive was?
He didn't like her. I could barely make out a word he said on account of his shattered teeth.
Yeah. You ever had dreams like that?
All the time.
Yeah. One of Blackwell's fellow inmates was once a surgeon. Why not a former dentist, too?
I eventually had him put pen to paper. It turns out Professor Means was the one taking bribes.
No way! I don't believe it.
The victim had suspected him after a report from the class snitch. That led her to question him at length the day of the killing, right there on the stage. The result, the heinous crime that was brought before this court. The fool, like Newman, had come to know of the script's contents via the victim's note. It seems he came up with a plan to stab the victim with her own awl in order to make the killing look like the one from the script and thus frame the defendant.
Nice one. But that scrap of paper with Hugh's name had the same mark as Professor Corte's planner.
Yes, about that. Those planners are bestowed upon all students graduating at the top of their class.
Really? So then, where's mine?
Indeed, once upon a time, Professor Means was also awarded the same notebook. You've had the same notebook for all these years?
I have a notebook that I've been using for years that still has blank pages in it. I still use it.
Yes!
Oh, fuck! Daniel, what up?
Daniel, what's up, baby? Yeah, years maybe, like 5, 6, 7 years I could see, but this has got to be like 20 years since he's graduated.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. That's true. It's a very big notebook, maybe. It's not. Daniel, thanks for that shit. Yeah, Professor Scary. He's dead. I mean, he's not dead. He's gonna go to jail. He in jail.
The handwriting has been analyzed now, but like as not, the scrap belonged to him. This too was evidence of the bribery scheme that the victim had obtained. Know that Constance Corte was clean, and that only Aristotle Means took the bribes.
To think a professor would murder a colleague and then try to pin it on a student. If this is the dark age of the law, then we can only hope that a brighter future awaits. And the first step is to hand down my verdict for a promising young lady. She'll be a smarter judge than I ever was. This court finds the defendant
Not guilty!
Yeah!
Bring out dancing lobsters.
Every time.
Aw,
at you.
Junie!
Are you in love with Apollo yet? Be in love with Apollo.
because you should be.
Yes.
Her grandma's notebooks? That's amazing.
I wish you all the best on your road to becoming a courtroom judge. We will need young people like you if we ever hope to restore the law to its former glory.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll work as hard as I can. I ain't going nowhere near a courtroom ever again. Fuck this shit. I'm done with it all.
Yeah, fuck this shit, I'm out. And then, it's so sad because the next time she goes to a courtroom, it literally blows up.
Maybe one day I'll be able to work with all of you to make a difference. Proudly serve Professor Corte's memory. Do not let her death be in vain.
That's the last thing I expect to hear from him today.
Court is done. Get the hell out.
I know, right? Why did they give her a verdict? Because it gives you satisfaction as a player.
Thank you, Thena. I really mean it.
It was nothing, really. I can take the biggest tangled mess of a case and unravel it just like that.
I don't know. You looked pretty wound up there at the end. Literally and figuratively.
You look pretty hungry for a knuckle sandwich, Buster.
I wanted to thank you too, Apollo.
Oh.
Don't mention it. The way you were always there for Thena when she was in a bind. And the detention center, where your smile gave me hope when there was none. It was like warm rays of sun shining down to peaceful woodlands. I think you're an absolutely amazing person. Thanks, Juniper. That means a lot to me.
Just kiss already.
But I still have lots of work to do, and I can't wait until we see you on the judge's bench.
Believe me, you will be welcome.
I promise you I'll get there someday. That's why until that day, I'll... Guys, I've got big news. I mean, this is huge. Oh, am I interrupting something?
No, it's okay, I think. So, what's the big news?
The school festival. It was supposed to have been canceled after what happened, but... we just got a call.
Beanie!
In memory of Professor Constance Corte, who worked so hard to make it happen. The festival's been extended one extra day until tomorrow.
Really? All right!
Oh, Apollo and Juniper date now! I want to see a cute date!
Oh, look at Junie!
We've got a special treat for all of you. A love letter for Themis Legal Academy.
You're not German.
Achtung, baby. It's time for the guitar.
Achtung,
serenade.
baby! Don't let your guitar catch on fire. Like last
Oh
time.
my god, it's so cute! Oh my god, I ship it!
Oh, come on, man. We don't even get to hear it. You could have recorded her singing a little.
Just a little.
Just one line.
We'll let it fade out.
Wow, that was so much fun! School festivals are amazing. I missed out on them.
I think you and Robin are getting a little carried away.
Ah, your singing voice, Juniper! It could melt my heart. Heart.
Mr. Wright, thank you for that training seminar. I just remember the objection pose is all about the attitude. Oh, and congrats on your mock trial win, although Robin had you there for a while.
I did, didn't I? But I'm just glad we're back to how we used to be, thanks to Athena. You know what? I think I'll stick with become a prosecutor. I think I'll stick with become a prosecutor after all. I'm gonna make up for my mock trial loss by winning the real deals in court. Mock trial loss? What loss? Wait, did they reprise the trial and Hugh won? Level-headed lawyer course genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the she-devil's black heart. So, does this mean it's really gonna happen? Uh-oh.
Juniper.
Juniper.
There's something I've been wanting to say to you.
She's...
Huh? Oh, is he gonna do what I think he is? Please don't. Please, for the love of God, don't!
I feel bad for you, son.
Juniper? Can we still be friends? You know, best friends like we've always been.
Huh? Best friends? Hugh, weren't you gonna profess your love for Juniper if you won the mock trial?
She's way too young for me. Well, I was gonna confess that I'm not a genius and that I'm really 25 years old.
But now we know!
But you already dragged out of me during the trial.
Oh, whoops!
Listen, Hugh. You too, Robin.
Miriam's here!
Miriam?
I've been here the whole time. Me too? Wow, Miriam's got this tactical espionage action stuff down to a science.
I've been thinking. It's up to us to put an end to the dark age of the law, if we can. Let's all work together to usher in a new age where winning only results from the truth. And the end never justifies the means.
Hell yeah. Count me in!
I wouldn't have it any other way, except, you know, just a couple of days ago was the exact opposite. But at least I'm better now.
I've learned. I'll become a better person.
Good. Good for you, Hugh. I guess you can be redeemed after all. Best friends forever, huh? No matter what anyone says, nothing beats true friendship.
You bet. What about your BFF, Apollo?
Aren't you a bit old to be using that word? But yeah, he's the best friend a guy could have.
I'm like 18. I'm not too old to use that word at all.
Which reminds me, we're supposed to meet up and gossip about the new girl in the office.
Hey, no talking about me behind my back. So what kind of guy is he anyway?
Well, if I had to describe him in one word.
And so, after some slight arm twisting, Apollo promised to bring me to meet his friend. Unfortunately, that promise was never meant to be fulfilled. For not long after, their friendship was mercilessly severed by fate. And the bonds between us began to fray and unravel as well.
Oh, shit.
We're not in a flashback anymore.
No. Sorry, but I'll be taking the leave of absence. My heart.
Even now, those words continue to ring in my ears. The discord in our ever-cheerful Apollo's voice made him sound so cold and distant. Why, Apollo? Why? Why would you leave us all behind?
He's got stuff to do. He's coming back.
He's got stuff to do. Yeah, sorry. It's been weird because we've been going back and forth. So the past 2 cases have been flashback cases, and now we're back to
Modern day.
We're back to the after what happened in the first case with the courtroom bombing, where Apollo was like, "Leaving, bye."
A courtroom bombing incident. A terrible attack launched by the will of a madman. That incident perfectly symbolized the state of the legal world in this dark age of the law.
But he was also a bitch.
Mr. Wright brought it to a resolution of sorts. Oh, look at him. He's so handsome.
Yeah, remember this fucker?
Ted Tonate? Ted Tonate was discovered to be one responsible for the bombing.
Oh, fuck, you're right, Daniel. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
If only it were that simple. Somehow I can't help but think. That there's a darker influence at work. One that's lurking in the shadows, waiting. That's why I want to review the trial that was taking place when the bombing occurred.
That's right. There was a trial going on.
After all, I've got more than a few personal stakes in it.
I love it.
The cosmic turnabout.
These are my 2, like, the next 2 cases are my fucking jam. Because I love space. Space! What up, fam? We're going to a space center.
Oh shit! Look
at-
at all this anime!
Oh, hell no. You thought that was the last case? No, this is where the shit gets real. These next 2 cases are the fucking best.
Are there only 2 more cases, or are there 3?
There's 2. But they're long.
No, they are long. I remember you saying that.
This is the plot, baby.
Come in. Do you copy?
Daniel, you also have my permission. If anybody says spoilers about the next 2 cases, you can purge them. That goes for any other mod. Don't ban them, just purge them. No spoilerinos.
Oh no! Stab do!
When are we getting the Switch Ace Attorney? Dude, I don't know. Phoenix is Apollo's dad? No, I don't even know how many people are in chat that have played this game to its completion. But I'm just saying. Don't.
By the way, I was gonna say, I'm a little bit sad that the friend that Apollo was talking about wasn't Phoenix all along. Because I think they should be best friendos.
I mean, they are, but I think Apollo was referring to somebody he
Like
grew
a
up with.
classmate,
Yeah.
yeah. He was, I know, but still, I thought it would have been funny and cute. He's like, oh yeah, my best friend. Here he is. He's also your boss. She's like, oh, okay.
Like, oh, all right.
Well, I guess I technically already met this guy.
Oh, this one's from Apollo's point of view. Cool. No, you've not met him, but we will see.
Time for another trial to begin. But this one's different.
Dot, 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 dot.
Sorry to bother you, but...
It's Junie! That's right, she was watching you. And
Oh, you alright, Apollo? Oh my god, are we dating yet? Was I making a scary face just now? Oh, hi, Juniper. Yes, I'm fine. I was doing my Cords of Steel exercises. Are we dating yet? Is this like official yet?
Just like play your cards right, and we'll be dating soon.
Now I'm all ready to go.
Yes, knowing you, I'm sure you'll be just fine. Oh, I brought you a present from my garden.
yo, it's a lotus root.
Is this a lotus root?
In Breath of the Wild, it makes you go run super fast.
That's right. My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. She even says that if you look through the holes, you can see into the future. It's for good luck. Maybe later you can cook it and...
Thanks for this. I'm gonna have some right now.
Oh my!
Kinda tough.
You can't eat it raw, but thank you for your enthusiastic try.
Aww.
If she didn't think me weird before, she will now. I've gotta calm down.
No.
She likes you weird.
Oh, hi, Sicey. Apollo, I'm sorry I'm late.
Hi, Athena.
Junie, I didn't know you were coming today. Did you come to cheer Apollo on? Oh, I get it. You sly little thing, you.
Athena, stop.
Sorry, it's just cute.
Quit kidding around, Athena. The trial's about to start any second. Is everything all set?
Oh, Apollo. When will you ever figure it out?
Dude, it's kind of obvious. I'm just waiting for the right moment, alright? Like, figure what out?
Oh. Okay.
Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard.
Wait, can I? Well, I don't remember who all was in this case.
You want to take him?
Sure.
He's adorable. He looks like Butts.
You're gonna find me guilty.
I like your hair.
It looks like a rocket. I'm a rocket man.
This is our client, one Mr. Solomon Starbuck?
It's Solomon.
He's a very famous astronaut who happens to be an acquaintance of mine. You wouldn't know it right now, but he's usually a very upbeat and driven person. The scene of the crime, this time, happens to be the Cosmos Space Center. Back in high school, my best friend and I went there almost a little too much. But that's where we met Mr. Starbucks. We'd ask about space travel, and he'd launch into story after story with so much passion. Back in those days, the man was 100% my hero.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. The happy birthday got me real fucked up. Are you sure you're okay with being my lawyer, Apollo?
Gosh, you're so sad. Of course I'm sure. I know you, Mr. Starbuck. I know you're not the type to commit murder.
Thanks, but...
Jesus.
That's what I relate to this. I'm supposed to be in space right about now.
Oh my god. He's so depressed it almost seems like an act. The launch getting called off must have been a huge shock.
I'll probably never get the chance to go into space again.
Don't say that. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
Wow.
Streetlights, people. Besides, you just have to go into space again.
Yeah, think I could face Clay in the afterlife if I just rotted away in a cell.
Oh my god, this is some fucking Digimon looking motherfucker.
I know, right?
here.
I was like, damn, you look anime as hell, boy. Clay Terran. Can't believe he was murdered. I mean, he was such a promising astronaut under your command. Yeah, he was a good guy. Always there to pick me up when I was down. No one loved life as much as him, that's for sure. He was always so full of energy telling me, "You're fine, Mr. Starbuck."
Oh my god.
How could something like this happen to a guy like him, huh?
I've never seen Mr. Starbuck so down.
Clay's gone and I'm going to prison. I wish I could burn up like a shooting star right now.
Mr. Starbuck, you'll be fine.
What is it? What's with the yelling?
Oh, sorry. I'll get to the bottom of this today, you'll see. And in exchange, I want you to go into space for you and Clay. Promise?
Does that mean you have lots of evidence to prove my innocence?
Oh, well, about that, we didn't get to investigate the area as much as I'd have liked, thanks to the police.
I'm done for. I'm a goner. Everybody thinks I did it. Thought I was gonna soar like a comet, but I'm just gonna crash like a meteorite.
No, don't say that, Mr. Starbuck.
Don't count yourself out just yet.
I know it's hard to lose a teammate, but you gotta keep going. Aw.
What about you, Apollo?
What about me?
I was just thinking, wasn't Clay your best friend?
I knew it! I was like, oh no.
We need to focus on the trial right now. Are you all ready to go?
Apollo.
The trial is about to begin. If the defense would please proceed into the courtroom.
Does that mean you can do your job? No, Mr. Starbuck, I never said that. Okay, here we go.
This is it. This is one trial. I can't. I can't afford to lose.
That sounds amazing, nobody, and I kind of want to hear it.
For Clay's sake and our clients, I will find Clay's killer.
If it's the last damn thing I do. Oh my god, does Sid know about what happened? No, but she can.
I saw your haircut.
No, but
It was super.
Daniel made me fucking. I don't think I told you, Daniel, but I was in the middle of speed running and I was on like an input break, and I like glanced at my phone and read your texts, and it fucking destroyed me.
Oh shit! Daniel's gonna. No, Daniel's gonna.
Oh, you're just gonna tell everybody. Go ahead, Daniel, do it. Tell everybody. It's a story that needs to be told because it's amazing. All rise, motherfucker.
What is now attention for the trial of Solomon Starbuck?
Whoa! Wait. Why is my eye gone?
Cause,
Cause I know we did I thought I lost it during the explosion. This isn't the Well, the explosion hasn't happened yet. What the fuck's going on, Apollo? Wouldn't you know why?
wait, maybe it happened before. I don't remember. I'm confused and I don't remember.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Mr. Justice.
Yes, Your Honor? Your hair's gotten longer.
What happened to your eye?
I'm fine! The defense is ready, Your Honor!
This is a good story. I'm just gonna let this play out.
I went to the salon and he was like, how do you want your haircut? And I was like, I have a picture, 1 sec. Pulled up the pic and I was already in the chair, so he was behind me. And I went to the gallery of my phone
To pull up a picture for
of
him to
the-
do his
the
hair.
haircut, right? And like prior to that day, I have been sending him a hella text of Wolf Chop.
So I'll open that gallery and it's just Wolf Job. It's just Wolf Job. And it's like, don't pay attention to that. Swipe Wolf Job to the left, and here's the hair I want. This poor fucker. You exited out, but he like for sure saw it. It's like that moment when like you give somebody your phone to look up something and they open it up and it's just like, oh no, wait, don't look at that. And you like close the tab, but it's too late. It's way too late. Just be like, what, you've never seen a man jack off a wolf before or vice versa?
A wolf jack off a man.
You've never seen a wolf jacking off a dude? Look, man.
Wolf job is important, all right. Wolf job.
I should just keep Wolf Job, like, download it to my phone the next time that I go anywhere, and I'm like, look, I need to show you a specific picture. Just like, oh no, but not that. It's like, do you remember that fucking Vine with the lady at the dildos?
Oh yeah.
Like that,
Oh my god.
but with Wolf Job. You've never seen Wolf Job? Wolf Job is great.
Wolf job is great.
I love Wolf Job. It should be your home screen. It should. You don't even have to be, like, it's cool. You can think whatever you want to about Game Grumps. I love Game Grumps, but it's not for everybody, I guess.
But
If you're not familiar with Game Grumps and you're not a fan or whatever, cool. Look up Wolf Job, though, because Wolf Job's great.
Anyways, are you sure? I don't.
I'm fine, Your Honor. The defense is ready.
Oh, okay. I'm just concerned.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a sty. I think he's going through his, like, anime phase.
I suppose it's something he doesn't want to discuss. Maybe he's entering a touchy age.
Which is a way of softly being like...
Softly.
Yeah, it might be a spoiler. We might not need to know the reason why.
Very well. And the prosecution?
Cool, okay, good. That's all we needed to know then, that we're not supposed to know what's up.
Okay.
We just got a little bit confused about the timeline. So yes, prosecution. Sup, boob? How you doing, boo-boo?
Prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Damn, you prosecute in so many cases with being in jail and stuff.
I know, right? What's up with that?
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. I need to meditate.
It's important to note that the bomb has not gone off.
Ugh.
Good.
Oh, right away, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it
sorry.
is. There's the case with the bomb in it.
The prosecution is now ready. I need both of my hands so I can pet Taka.
Well, it didn't take him long this time.
What's up with Blackwell?
Now then, I shall give the opening statement.
I'll do it. I'm not fucking around anymore.
You will? Well, an unexpected surprise.
This time I can't leave it to anyone else.
I see. Something is off with the two of you today. You both seem different somehow.
I mean, we already know that Phoenix Wright, like, their whole, like, legal system is fucked anyway. But just
Basically, yeah.
Just so we all are aware for the real life world.
Mm-hmm.
There would be no way in hell Apollo could be a defense lawyer on this case, since he knew he was close friends with the victim.
Oh, honey. You wait.
Him being friends with the victim, he should not be a defense lawyer.
Both see more
this
anime
case.
than usual.
Very well, Prosecutor Blackwell. The opening statement, if you would. Never mind the bomb. It's definitely a bomb. It's definitely armed, but don't pay any attention to it.
It was just yesterday. The crimes in question occurred at the Cosmos Space Center.
Ah, famous federal research facility. All things related to astrology, right?
Astronomy. It's astronomy.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you, Blackwell.
a rocket was set to launch from there. But at 9:28 a.m. before they could even move the rocket to the launch site. Two explosive devices were detonated, and the launch was canceled.
Boom.
My word, 2 bombs. How dreadful. It's a good thing we only have one here in the courtroom.
The defendant in today's trial is charged with both the bombing and with murder. One Solomon Starbuck. For whatever inane reason, he detonated a bomb in the rocket he himself would be in.
Solomon Starbuck. I recognize that name. Happy birthday, Solomon.
Why you gotta be such a dick?
Because I love Solomon. I love him.
Correct your baldness. Mr. Starbuck was the pilot of the HAT-1 rocket 7 years ago.
Solomon's the leader of our stream team, by the way, for people who don't know. Or like one of the leaders of our stream team. It's his birthday today.
And you're real mean to him. Leave poor Solomon alone.
Sid hates the happy birthday Solomon meme almost as much as Solomon does. Yeah, technically he's the leader of our stream team, but he's not really. He isn't. It's complicated.
Either way, leave poor Solomon alone.
He's a human! That's an old meme. Oh,
I know,
shit.
right? Taking it far back, baby.
My age is showing. Anyway.
As you may recall, despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. He's become something of an international celebrity, right?
That's anime as fuck, look at that.
Oh shit, I like his hair better not styled, I think.
Me too, to
It's
be
kinda
completely
cool.
honest.
I mean, I like the rocket, don't get me wrong.
He's going through a phase.
The rocket's real cool, but I like this little mohawk. You look real punk rock.
Oh, they even turned the incident into a movie. We got a real space pioneer on court today.
But even heroes tumble from their lofty heights. Returning to the subject at hand.
I'd watch that movie.
Oh, yes, the victim was one Mr. Clay Terran, a subordinate of the defendant.
Indeed, a loyal disciple brutally stabbed to death by his mentor.
Stabbed to death, you say? You mean his death wasn't a result of the bombing?
Correct. Despite his lofty dreams, the victim was seen in an Interpol by the defendant. And so he was sent not into space, but to the universe which mortals cannot see.
Wow!
Clay.
It's a little insensitive, Blackwell.
I think I've heard enough. The case seems pretty clear-cut at this point, because it always does. Easy, I'm easy, you know? There's one thing I'm curious about. That metal box next to the witness stand.
It's a bomb!
Yep, sure is.
What purpose does it serve exactly?
Since you asked so nicely. It's your coffin.
What? Ah! Have mercy on me!
I jest. It's evidence. Due to its immense size, we've little choice but to lay it where it rests now. We shall get to the contents of the box in due time.
At this point, isn't there actually a body in it? I'm pretty sure he murdered her before the case started.
Yes?
I'm pretty sure there's a dead body in that case throughout this entire trial. But
Nice.
has nothing to do with this trial. Because we get to that afterwards.
Yes.
In the first case. So there's just a dead body chilling the whole time. Does he even have 50 years left?
Hey. Yes?
With modern medicine.
God, I just love this bitch in the background.
Oh yeah,
I just
the girl
love her.
to Athena's right.
Well, also to her right and up.
Yeah, she's got a twin. But
Yeah.
she's just low poly and just done with everything. She does
She's just
not
like-
care.
This one's even more done because she's not even facing the
She's
trial.
looking at her phone. She's looking at her phone in her lap. She's on Twitter.
Inner monologue, Athena. Inner monologue.
Oh, sorry.
Enough jabbering.
Bobby Fulbright's the name. In justice we trust. Why did the whistle call me? You know why.
Detective Fulbright? Very well, then. Please explain the details of the incident to the court, if you would.
On it. First, take a look at this pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center. In it, you'll find a diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center. She's from a set of quadruplets. I believe it. For a more detailed look at what's on the left side of the building, take a look at this cross-section that the police have created. See the launch pad in the main building? The launch pad is the square building, and the rounded structure is in the main building, right? Yeah, you got it. The incidents took place in launch pad 1 and in the main building's lounge. I'll be using this diagram during my testimony. It'll make it easier to understand. Yeah, this boy is whipped. And proud of it.
Yep. Nope. He's like, that's my boyfriend. Yep.
Never been prouder to be whipped.
He's cute, isn't he?
He's just adorable. Just before the rocket was set to launch, the 2 bombs went off. Boom! Boom!
While you do this testimony, I gotta piddle.
Go pedal.
I piddle.
One on the second floor of the Space Center's main building, and one in launch pad number 1. Thankfully, the 2 astronauts were in launch pad number 1 at the time. Or only 2. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. But after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death. Mithril Onion, thanks for the host, baby. That's an amazing name. Were you stramming? How's your night?
Murder on top of a bombing seems kind of absurd. Detective, the victim was already dead by the time you arrived at the lounge, correct?
Yup. Thinking he'd sabotage the bombing, the defendant attacked and killed the victim. Just look at this tragic photo. Sid should probably be here to see it. Oh, it's Lolly. What's up, Lolly Bacon? Yo. Lolly. Oh, I see. I love both of your names, but I love this name a lot. It's a good change. Mithril Onion is a good name. I'm sure this will be in our court record.
Oh my, is that a knife in the victim's chest?
Here she goes.
The humanity.
Ow, I hit my knee.
Oh no. Don't die.
I will not die.
I wanted to make sure that you saw this photo.
Wow!
Because it's important to the case, bitch, not because I wanted to torture you. Also, Lolly Bacon is here, and he changed his name to Mithril Onion, which is a good-ass name.
That is a good
It
ass
says
name.
hello.
Good ass name.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
He's really precious.
He's so anime. What's the Band-Aid for? Than to just be anime.
He's cosplaying Digimon.
Or
it's a breathe right.
He's cosplaying all of Digimon.
He's what is it? The breathe right strip?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Breathe right strip.
But like, don't you put those on before you go to sleep at night?
Yeah, but like, really what they just do is they lift up your nasal passages so that you can breathe while you're congested. So like, I don't see why you couldn't wear it every single day if you had an issue with your nose being congested.
I guess so.
And inflamed.
But like, I don't know. I don't know. It seems dramatic. It seems a little bit overkill, maybe.
Maybe he's got real stuffy nose.
I think that's just his aesthetic. He just wanted to look like super anime.
I'm digging his like wannabe Jotaro hat thing.
I know, it's like like his hair and hat are becoming one.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
quite.
technically it's a visor.
Yeah,
But
it's not quite like Jotaro level, but it's up there.
it's getting close. It's touching Jotaro status.
That's a knife. Yes, Your Honor, it's the knife that cruelly ended this young man's dreams. He'll never see space. That's sad. Hi, Angel, what's up?
Angel baby!
We couldn't get any prints off it, though, because the defendant was in his spacesuit.
By the way, Detective Fulbright. Well, the victim's helmet and right glove are absent in this photograph.
We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all.
No, yes, that would be very difficult to identify him without face or fingerprints. But now there's just one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What is this round thing that's next to the victim in this photo?
Something so important to the victim, he took it with him as he escaped the launch pad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples.
No touchy, says the symbol.
While obviously valued for research purposes, it had no relation to this case.
I see.
So we know that the bomb in the main building was on the second floor. But where was the bomb that was in Launchpad 1 located?
Heh, that one was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Mm-hmm.
Nothing seems to want to remove the rotted spots. Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, that is the worst.
Apparently, the area around the launch pad's elevator was a sea of flames. I would like to submit this diagram and report it to the record.
Look at those explosions. The trials just started and we're already in a bind.
You get used to it. Besides, that's what cross-examination is for, right?
I mean, I guess.
What the two astronauts were doing during the bombing, that'll be the key. They're making out.
Kinky.
Can you think of anything cooler than sex in space?
I was literally thinking about that. I was like, man, it would be pretty cool to bone in space.
I mean, technically we bone in space every
Well,
time we
yes,
bone.
we are in space all the time currently.
But like,
No, don't get it
outer
twisted.
space.
Like, Earth is in space at all times. If you're afraid of space, I hate to break this to you, but we're in space right now.
Yes, but outer space. Out
Yes.
of the space outside of our atmosphere. It would be cool to bone in.
My god, CLR just always makes me think of, because CLR is kind of a meme. The fucking, build up dust, ground in dirt. Like Sillet Bang.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Sillet Bang? Sillet Bang!
Chest just being weird. Okay, there we go. Alright.
I don't know why those were always like cleaner commercials were in like every YouTube poop. I don't understand.
Because
but,
they're hilarious.
I mean, I guess. Also, what's up, Dimension Dude? Why is Daddy just so hot? They're all attractive. I don't understand it. It's really weird.
Oh, from Game Grumps?
Yes.
Oh my god, Aaron Hansen.
Why are they all handsome? I don't
Aaron-
understand.
Like, don't get me... I have a lot of feelings about Aaron Hansen and how attractive he is, okay?
I like all of them a lot.
And Susie, too. They are such an attractive couple. They're gorgeous.
I know. It's goals. And Aerofram, what's up, dude? Yeah, but yeah, they're all very, very attractive. It's... wow. Goals. Yeah, dude. Danny is a handsome dude. For me, it's also just like, I love dudes with long hair and I like dudes that can sing. So those are my very specific, because like most of the time I'm 100% about ladies, but when it comes to dudes, I'm like, give me a dude with long, luscious hair and a guy with a golden voice. Damn.
See, I'm pretty much evenly spread when it comes to all forms of people and attraction.
Which is very admirable.
But I love voices. Oh god, I love a good voice. And Aaron. Whew, I love his voice.
Oh yeah, no, I do too.
And I also love his hair. Especially with the streak in it.
Yeah, Aaron has really nice hair too.
He has...
Ow! Angel. Hear about this Susie Dojinshi, the artist I'm following, is making... I've heard about the official Dojin that that was like a problem for a while, and then like people got in contact with the artist and they like worked out negotiations and now that's like officially endorsed, so that's neat. And Susie's in it. I can't remember the artist, but that was like a thing for a while, and now it's gonna be a thing with like the blessing of everybody involved, which is nice. Because I can't imagine like people making stuff without your knowledge or consent about like you and people you know in real life, that like not in fictional characters, and just being like, well, that's okay, all right, neat, but also like I don't know,
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry, I was reading chat.
like dojins, like people making porn of you without your knowledge or consent, and people like real people versus fictional people.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it depends. Cause like, at least with the Game Grumps, they've been very open about the fact that they're totally cool with, like, their shipping.
Yes and no, kind of.
Well,
This particular dojin, I think, I don't know if it was because maybe there was money involved, but I don't think there was. But I think it was because it was specifically to do with Aaron and Susie, and I could be wrong. And Aaron was just like, that's my wife. Can we just talk about it for a minute?
I don't know.
But then they talked and they were cool. Like, it's fine now and endorsed or whatever. But it's like, people who are just like, I'm just gonna put all this out there without even... make this thing about this real actual person and just put it out there in the internet without making sure it's cool with them. It's a little weird.
I feel mixed about it because, like, I can agree, because definitely, like, you know, if somebody was to invade your space like that, you would feel a little bit, like, weird and...
Any situation I've
violated.
ever had where anybody is like, and this is very limited, I can say with confidence that it's only ever happened one time, where somebody was like, I'm just gonna draw in very provocative, like, situations. And I was like, they asked first, and I was like, hell yeah, and then it was good and cool. So I can't say I know what it's like for somebody to just be like doing stuff without my knowledge or consent and putting it out there.
But my issue is that it's just a form of expression. It's not you. It's fiction.
Yeah.
And it's like...
But you know what I mean, though? There's, like, that side of the internet when it comes to, like, certain internet people that are, like, a little bit more well-known, like, Let's Players and whatnot. There's, like, that side that, like, is really, really into it and very vocal about it to the point where it's like, this is a little weird. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, like... It makes me feel... I don't know how to feel about it because it's about me.
Yeah. I mean, I can totally understand people being uncomfortable, and I can totally understand people, like, not totally being about it. I just don't think that it's something that you can necessarily... Now, when it comes to making money off of it, that's a different thing. But, like, just fan-made
Yeah,
types of
I mean, I'm
things?
not saying anybody goes around being like, you can't do this. But I just mean, like, it's still like, oh, that's a thing. And I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I'm not necessarily saying, like, that I endorse the idea of going around trying to shut people down for just being expressive.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, like, I can totally get it, because, like, it is definitely, it's, we live in a strange era.
you just have to be very considerate of the people you're drawing, maybe, because, like,
We live in
could be weird.
we live in a really weird era where, like, regular people are becoming sort of famous now.
But they're not, like, celebrities.
But they're not, like,
They're, like, they're
celebrities.
internet celebrities.
But people still, like, view them as, like,
yeah, so they think they can... They can...
real.
It's like, oh, well, celebrities have a breach of privacy all the time in Hollywood, so it's cool to just... Who cares about privacy? That they put themselves out there and they're big now, so, like, they don't have privacy anymore.
Well, it's like, think about, I mean, it may seem a little bit different, but it's also kind of like, I don't know, like, think about, all the, like, fan fiction and dojins there are about, like, actors on TV shows. Like, I know technically that's still a fictional story, but that's still porn of that person being drawn with that actor that they work with.
Yeah. But
So
that's
it's
still the
like-
same to me, where I would be like, that's a little bit weird. I'm not going to tell you not to do it because you have the right to be creative and express yourself. But I still feel weird about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
See, I
what if my fan fiction was just that my life was in order? Oh, I bet you anything there's Judge Judy hentai.
Oh, absolutely.
Rule 34 has taught us. But I'm thinking of, like, the situation of, like, where Game Grumps has kind of embraced it and been like, you know what, we don't necessarily endorse it, and we're not necessarily approving of it, and maybe we don't like it, but we're gonna support artists, so, you know, do whatever. We know it's there and we acknowledge it. Versus, like, people who are a little bit less, like, they don't necessarily put forth as much of their personal lives. Like, I don't know necessarily about Cryotic, who never shows his face and people don't know a lot about his personal life. Vinny's the same way. And has been known to be like, I don't really... People who, like, get really creepily into my... It makes me uncomfortable, and I'm not... He doesn't, like, put anything about his personal life out there, because it makes him feel really weird when people get, like, obsessed about it.
Cry doesn't put anything out about his personal life, but when it comes to, like, fan fiction and porn and stuff, he loves it. He thinks it's hilarious.
I mean, and that's just, like, we're having this debate, and I'm just kind of like, I don't really care when it comes to, like, us. Where it's like, nobody's doing that shit anyway. Other than, like, I don't know.
Well,
But I'm just saying, like, I'm just like, if it were me and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't care.
well, that's just my thing. Is
But
that
some
like,
people do care, and I'm just kind of like, maybe you should kind of respect people's privacy and have their approval. Maybe.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, do what you want.
Well, but
for
here's
yourself.
again, like, privacy. Yes, but are you actually going into their life and invading their life, or are you just drawing them sexily?
I don't know. It gets complicated in that sense.
Yeah, and it's also kind of like,
But
I'm not let me go ahead and say I have no I
We're just-
totally understand if somebody is uncomfortable with it. I totally get it if somebody was like, I would rather you not. And if somebody explicitly says, I would rather you not, and then you do it anyway, that's dicketry. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's kind of mostly what my point was.
Yes.
Playing as the devil's advocate, where I'm personally, I'm just like, I don't care.
But yeah, so that's kind of where I stand on it. Like, if somebody doesn't have, like, if somebody is, I hate to say it this way, but like, if you kind of just, if somebody doesn't have a stance on it, like, before Cry ever said that he was cool with it, it just kind of popped up on the internet. And so
Right.
it's like, he kind of just embraced it, so it was there, and it was cool. So I don't think you necessarily need permission every single time, but if somebody definitely is like, I don't like this, then yeah, no, you shouldn't. Because that's just going against somebody's wishes.
Yeah. It's just kind of like we're in this weird spot where it's just like, you're definitely free to express yourself and do whatever you want and draw whatever you want and be into whatever you want.
Yeah.
But it's like, people feel like they have to share everything on the internet. Like, everything.
Oh, yeah.
So people just post whatever all over the internet. Just
Yeah.
be like, here it is. But yeah, I just want to clarify I was having that argument just to be like, because I know there was a little bit of a something, and I don't necessarily know the details of it between the group of, like, the Grump crew and this one Dojin artist. Maybe it was because there was money involved, I don't know. Or if there was something in it that was portrayed in a way that they didn't like, and they just talked to them and it was cool. But for me personally, I'm just like, I don't care. Not that anybody is drawing porn. I'm just saying.
Well, no, that's what I
We're
was
having
gonna
the
say, too.
argument for the sake of just having the argument. I don't give a shit.
Well, it's also like, because with Game Grumps, I don't know about this specific incident with this Dojin artist, but in past interviews, they have definitely expressed their, like, at least when it comes to, like, the Game Grump crew that is on screen, like, that is on camera, like, Aaron, Danny, Ross, fucking...
Well, Ross isn't anymore,
Susie.
but back then, like,
Yeah.
Ross and Barry were,
Ross, Barry,
around.
Susie. They were all, like, okay with it. They were like, they enjoyed it to a certain degree. Aaron does, at least. He thinks it's hilarious. I still vote that Aaron is, like, secretly the top polygrumps fanfiction
He,
writer.
like, browses Polygrumps, like, their community on the regular, just because...
No, he's, like, the top creator.
Oh,
like,
he's the one that makes it all? That'd be
Yes.
amazing. No, Ross is there. He's been animating. He hasn't been doing anything other than streaming and animating, animating is a full-time thing, so he recently made a post expressing like he missed doing Steam Train but didn't regret it. I'm excited to see his project come to fruition. Like, I don't feel like it's going to be too much longer now before Gameaverse starts to show some stuff. I'm excited. But Barry did leave.
Yeah.
But he's doing his own thing. They both stream now, Ross and Barry.
Yeah, no, Barry left Game Grumps. I mean, they're still friends or whatever.
Yeah, they're still friends. Actually, Barry and his girlfriend were streaming a game called Monster Prom, I think.
Monster Prom!
That Aaron
is in!
Aaron is in it, and it was really, really sweet. That was a good stream. I watch them from time to time. You can draw porn of real people. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you don't need to put everything of your whole life on the internet or whatever.
Yeah, no, like, definitely.
Also, yes, tip your waitress all the time.
Do you remember that bitch from Bob's Burgers who writes the friend fiction?
Tina.
Tina?
Yeah.
I have definitely written friend fiction.
Yeah. I fucking love her.
I have definitely written friend fiction, and I did not post it on the internet. It was just for me, and that's one of those things that...
Everybody touch butts.
That's one of those things that maybe you shouldn't post on the internet.
And you draw all the time but never post it, which is kind of a shame because some of the stuff you've drawn is awesome.
No.
Dude, the fucking... From AGDQ when you drew that one glitch of Link with, like, all the faces. I was like, why won't you post this, please? I need it. It's so good. Link with, like, 4 mouths. It was so good.
Yeah, no, I've definitely written friend fiction before, and I would never post it on the internet. And that's a perfect example of some of the things that maybe you should just keep to yourself. Sometimes
you can create stuff that's for you. And then sometimes you create stuff that's for the internet.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's why that's exactly what it is with me in drawing. Like,
well,
drawing
you don't put anything that you draw on the internet.
But because it's just for me.
Yeah, true enough.
Actually, that's a lie. There is one image.
Everything I write is for me too. No one's ever seen anything I've ever written, probably, in the past couple of years.
There is one image that was from, like, almost 10 years ago that I drew that is on the internet.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. It was on DeviantArt.
DeviantArt? Nobody's DeviantArt.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Nems is a good photographer, little known fact, but he keeps all of his photos to himself. Because they're for him.
Well, he posts them on the internet, but they're mostly just for him.
But yeah, Nems is a super good photographer. Now you know, knowing is half the battle.
Like, super sort of so. But yeah, no, I love drawing. I wouldn't consider myself very good at it, but I also just do it because I love it and it's fun for me. And it makes me feel good.
Yeah!
Yeah! Can I commission an erotic friend fiction? Which,
yes.
Can I just say?
Yes, you can.
Can I just say that I think that that is the coolest shit? That, like...
What, friend fiction?
No, just the fact that we've come so far as a subculture, like nerddom and like fanfiction and shit, that you can commission fanfiction now.
What, really?
Yeah. Like, you can commission
Oh,
fanfiction.
hell yeah.
You can commission writers.
I could get into that business. I could actually write some fucking fan fiction. Hit me up. Hit me up, fam.
But, like, I'm so excited for, like, the fan writers out there because it's, like, a thing now to commission writings. And I'm like, yes! Because
I'm so into this.
writers deserve fucking...
They do. How many suds?
recognition.
I don't know.
Or I know some fan fiction writers who have Patreons.
What?
Yeah!
That's nuts.
It's so cool!
69,000 suds, and I'll write you a fan fiction. That's a fact.
Is it?
Yes.
Now everyone's gonna wait and get 69,000 suds and commission you for 1 million fan
No, they
fictions.
only get one. They only get one
But
chapter.
it's all gonna happen at once.
Yeah, but I can do that. Yeah, Daniel's the dick wizard. Hell yeah. There's no command for it, so it's not happening. Well, it's Dances with Keyboards. What's up, man? There's an old face. How have you been? How have you only have... Oh, because you changed your name. Get up with me later if you want them, Cynthia, because they're under your old name and I can transfer them. Anyways, explosions. We're exploding.
How powerful were those explosions?
I don't know how powerful were them explosions. Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down. It was a tiny explosion. But the room it went off in was burnt black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Amazing. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation.
Good boy, Fulbright. Wait a second. What were you doing there in the first place, Detective Fulbright?
Getting laid? I mean, what? Ha ha ha! I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice! I was getting laid in the closet. I'll be there wherever and whenever people need my help.
Actually, that's kind of fishy.
He doesn't go places on his fucking day off? Actually, I don't remember if there was a reason that he was there or not. Maybe we'll find out, though.
That's a little weird.
I'll go to the other side of the world or even the edge of the universe.
That sass face. Oh my god, Apollo with the eye bandage. It just looks so much more sassy with that fucking eye bandage.
It does.
I'm sure he knows how far that actually is. But I guess I'll leave that one alone. Why? That's weird.
Well, my thinking is like it's a space center. You'll see when you go there. It's like an attraction.
Right.
Like people just go there. I think there was a reason that like security and police were there in the first place, but I don't remember why. I don't know if that's a spoiler. Anyway.
Admiral decision, Justice Dono.
Huh? What did he decide?
Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at that time?
The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators in the third floor lounge. It was pitch black in there, I tell you. However, the security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup. Hell yeah.
And how did the evacuation go?
I immediately and heroically whisked people down to the Space Center's basement shelter. A basement shelter? I don't remember there being one. Yes, there's an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center. An emergency shelter, huh? Oh, here it is. It's at the bottom of the diagram. I forgot all about it. We're gonna go here eventually. The Space Center's pretty impressive to have its own shelter.
Power outage and evacuation seem unrelated to the murder at this point. I guess I'll leave that aside for now.
For now.
So there were 2 explosions in total, correct?
Yup, that's right.
Oh my my god, I feel so, like, weird right now.
Weird how?
Because I don't know any spoilers, right?
Right.
I don't know any spoilers.
Right.
But I do know, because you've said it before,
Right.
that the very last case in this game actually threw you for a loop.
Yes, it did. It did.
It actually threw you for a loop. So I'm sitting here, like, half being suspicious of everybody. So I'm like, Fulbright's gonna be evil, and I'm gonna feel so betrayed.
I love this though. I love that you're like, because I said that, now you're gonna suspect everyone.
I suspect everybody of being not cool.
Just feel like, what if the judge? All I'm gonna say is, all the players are involved somehow, literally. You got Apollo, you got Athena, you got Blackwell. I'm not saying anything other than the fact that
Fulbright, you gonna do something that I'm gonna be sad about.
it's funny because you're like, he's like the only one who's like least amount to do with anything. Anyway, everybody here is involved somehow. I'm not saying
Rigged a
anything.
rocket he was going to board with explosive.
Huh? What are you talking about? Wait, I actually missed what he said. What you talking about, Willis?
If the defendant really did plant the bomb on his own rocket, he'd get caught in the explosion as well.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Fine. A simpleton for a simpleton. Fulbright, the motive.
Understood. The defendant actually had astrophobia. Oh, right.
Astrophobia, what's that? I mean, what the word astro and phobia, Apollo, come on.
A fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. Remember that time where he almost died in space? We talked about that. So in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute by literally blowing it up.
That's absurd.
Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these.
What are they?
These anti-anxiety tablets were found among the defendant's possessions. Call them whatever you like.
Okay, just because somebody has anxiety doesn't mean that they have space phobia, okay?
Normally, you would be right. Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears. I'm assuming because of the defendant being involved in a murder trial, they were able to get up with a psychiatrist, and they were like, we can breach confidentiality because this is a murder trial. And it makes sense because he did technically...
No, stop it. That's exactly what it means. The pill says for space phobia purposes.
Yeah, it says it literally on the prescription.
I'm sorry, I
It's
didn't
for space
realize.
phobia. Hey, Arte, what's up?
There are a multitude of problems with the rocket Mr. Starbuck wrote 7 years ago. Rumor has it threatened to crash a number of times as well.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
That was, of course, very traumatic for Mr. Starbuck.
It was. Poor babe.
But that doesn't mean he'd go as far as to blow up his own ship.
Now I have to pee, so you have to take over.
The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name,
Shit,
now
whoops.
could he? Not after the media had branded him Soul Starbuck, space pioneer extraordinaire. Given these conditions, the defendant could have hardly run away from some base mutt. What? So that's why you think he resorted to the bombing? Naturally, he's constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the Space Center, which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation. Ugh! Now I'm sure you understand why we have to bring justice down to this atrocious criminal! Thankfully, only the true astronauts were in the launch pad 1 at the time, so press. Mr. Starbuck retires as an astronaut and opens a coffee shop. That's what I'm saying. Are you sure it was only the two of them? It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those two. Ugh. Well, there could have been somebody else inside that rocket. The notion of a third party in launch pad number 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state that up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so.
Saying a person recognition device sounds as futuristic as Quebec's Space Center.
Actually, it's not as amazing as you might think, Your Honor. Take a look at this photo. This is a door in the lounge that's fingerprint locked. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through. I see. It is very different from what I had imagined in mind. And is there a record of the number of people that passed through the door yesterday? Yes, there were only 3. The defendant, the victim, and... the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos. Then doesn't that mean it's possible that the director is the one who did it? Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded at 9:28. Doing his job directing the launch. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts. He has a point. I guess the director can't be considered a suspect then. Press! Press! So while it would appear that the pair barely escaped with their lives, in actuality, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket.
Okay, have that.
That's the angle the prosecution wants to push, correct?
You got it! In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. Yeah! The victim had been alive. He would have for sure tried to stop the bombing. Actually, maybe I'd... fuck. Maybe you should take Starbuck. I just remembered that there were chicks in this.
Ah.
I always make you be the dudes because you're the dude. You're the dude.
Thanks, dude. Is there any chance Mr. Terran could have been killed before he boarded the rocket?
They were both alive and well at boarding time and embarked under their own power. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams of space.
And both of their hopes and dreams were dashed.
If I may continue my explanation, after the evacuation order was given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue. What's fucked up? Is there also Mr. Protoss and Mr. Zurg? No. But I get it.
Who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were 2 of them.
What? The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm.
Oh yes, Candace Arm. I wonder where she went off to.
One of them was a detective.
Yep, Detective Arm specializes in bombings, you see. She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosions. They were also worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge. That's when they discovered the victim along with the defendant.
2 witnesses, huh? And one of them is a detective. I doubt either one would have anything to say that would help me.
And one of them's dead anyway, so you couldn't get them to come up onto the stand. Was there just like a police day at the Space Center, or like, what?
I think that pretty much covers the details of the case. Only the victim and defendant are on the launch pad for when the former killer, former guy was... Fuck. And if this is the truth, only Mr. Starbuck could have carried out this crime.
What little I could get out of him only hurt my case.
I really want to look up.
Justice Dono. Foolish is the warrior who rushes headlong into battle.
What is into battle?
Preparation is an essential element of battle, so I advise you to take a good gander at this. What is it?
What is it?
Footage from a security camera. As the two astronauts emerged from the bowels of Launchpad number 1 corridor.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was really wanted to know what the fuck was up with people being at the Space Center. Anyway.
The boarding lounge security camera captured their desperate escape. Now I would direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering, which you can see is none other than the lifeless body of the victim. What?
Rabble, 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 rabble.
How do you know it's lifeless? Maybe he was just fucking passed out or tired.
You don't know. Maybe he was just taking a nap.
What did I say? This lines up with exactly what the prosecutors and prosecution's been asserting.
Well, of course it does, because they're trying to make their case. I should have known Blackwell would have something like this ready.
Apollo? How exactly did they determine that Clay was already gone in that footage?
I see what you mean. Whether Clay was still alive at this point is pretty crucial. Your Honor, please take another look at the footage. Isn't it possible that Mr. Terran was still alive here and that Mr. Starbuck was helping him?
Why, I believe you're right. One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship.
Oh, thanks, Nikki, for those.
Perhaps that's what it looks like to a one-eyed hothead and a dotard.
Wow.
But it only makes sense that it's the victim's dead body. What do you mean? Fulbright, explain to Justice Dono.
If you say so, boyfriendo. Ready, kid? If the murder had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge after all, but doing it while they were alone in the spaceship? That's a horse of a different color.
But you can't deny that there's a possibility the murder could have happened in the lounge. All that video shows is a man helping his fellow astronaut out. Your assertion is based on emotion. It's based on your belief that Mr. Starbuck would surely help out his own disciple. But you have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive.
Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic.
But it sounded perfectly logical to me.
They're doing it in the spaceship with a horse? That's not right.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further objections, I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close.
Objections? Well,
Now it's my turn to save your ass. Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup.
Given the facts, I'm not sure I see the need.
What is it, Athena?
It's just... there's something that's been bothering me.
Huh. If it isn't the defense's stalling for time, as always. Very well. I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time.
Yes!
You have 5 seconds.
What? 5 seconds?
After that, I declare this cross-examination to be closed and the verdict to be rendered.
It's already been 5 seconds!
Your baldness, raise your gavel high. It's time for a countdown.
Whoa! I don't have Live Split. Give me a
Right.
second. I have to download it.
We don't have time. Spit it out, Athena.
Only 3 more seconds.
Look! I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete.
Meaning?
Meaning there's something missing. Like they conveniently left it unexplained.
Something they didn't explain. Something they didn't explain. Ah! You're right! I think I know what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Your 5 seconds are up, Mr. Justice. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument you'd like to rebut?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there is. There is something the prosecution has yet to make clear to this court.
Well, if you put it that way. What is it the prosecution has failed to explain?
We did explain the motive, so...
Why the body was moved? They have failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all.
Oh, yeah.
If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he just leave the body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge?
Oh, well, that's true. I don't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts on that yet.
That's because they have none, Your Honor. After all, how does one explain something so illogical?
Illogical. The prosecution has always run the court. That's just how it's always been in Phoenix, right? And you're right, though. Judge Judy would not stand for it. She would just be like, "Excuse me,
I run this court!
this is my court!" And then she would tap her foot and just be like, "Hurry up.
Temper watch.
Tap her watch. Make your cakes and make it good."
The prosecution is claiming that the defendant moved the victim's dead body. But what if the entire premise of that argument is wrong?
Then let's hear your theory, Mr. Justice.
The defense proposes that the defendant didn't kill the victim, he was helping him. Fulbright, explain it for our sad friend here before I nod off this monotone monologue. Inform me exactly why Spaceboy moved the victim. They've got to be joking.
It's simple. Mr. Starbuck did what he did to direct suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create the impression that he heroically risked his life to save his partner. That's why he made sure to make it to the security camera, so there'd be a record.
At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man. Ugh.
One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship.
The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds.
Is that true? I need a fact
Saving
check.
the life of a partner who weighs as much, while trying to escape deadly flames. What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen.
Indeed, I was completely taken in by the humanity of the story.
You see, yet the true ending is that they're all traces of his hammy act were meant to be blown up. Yes, and now we arrive at the thrilling conclusion. The third explosion.
Nani? What are you talking about? There was no third explosion.
Indeed, you are correct. But that is thanks to Detective Arm. It was she who identified and secured the bomb. However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. The steel coffin beside the witness stand. That would be a bomb transport case.
So that's true. Someone wearing a spacesuit could weigh up to over 400 pounds, but it says in certain cases it's more like an average of 275 pounds by the average astronaut's weight or whatever. Plus the suit. The suits weigh like 100 pounds or something. Or more than 100 pounds just by themselves.
We use that to transport the deactivated bomb here. It was found in the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy.
What?
One on the second floor of the main building, one on the lunch pad, and one in the lounge. The defendant planned to set off 3 firework displays. Fortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated. For had it not, the victim's body and vital evidence would surely have been immolated.
Immolated?
Immolated.
That's a word.
That's a $5 word. Gah! Before you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me. He's like he's reading my mind. As it's still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand. However, know that a particular item was found in one of Mr. Starbucks' pockets.
Ah, thanks, Dimension Dude. Consumed by fire.
Specifically, a bomb detonation switch.
Now, where have we seen that?
You found a what?
Oh.
I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence. When the Space Center director and Detective Arms stumbled across the murder. So he thought he'd hide it in his pocket. Feeble-brained that he is.
Astronauts are not feeble-brained, but whatever.
Duh! No, Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that! Duh!
Stop fucking using your... This is a court of law. You're an inmate.
Justice Dono, open your eyes and see the truth.
This appears to be irrefutable evidence that the accused set off the explosions.
No! There has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth. Still can't accept it. You'll believe in your client, come what may. Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? This has got to be a trap.
Sounds like Mr. Starbucks set up us the bomb. We get signal. Main screen turn on. It's like Blackwell's controlling the entire game.
Yeah, it seems like he was waiting for me to bring up the body moving issue.
Why do you say that?
Because he had just the right argument when I pointed it out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve, too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down.
Then making you cross-examine Mr. Starbuck at this point was part of his plan, too? Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him.
Wow! Now let us hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself.
So dramatic.
Famed astronaut Solomon Starbuck.
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Did you want me to take him?
Fuck. Man, I don't remember who the key players are. Who shows up when.
Starbuck.
But yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It doesn't matter to me. Either way. Solomon Starbuck, astronaut. How did this happen to me?
I made my mistakes. Thank you.
Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Will you be able to give testimony?
Yes, Daniel, do it.
No.
Well, unfortunately, no is not an option. I don't know why I asked. You're being accused of the Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Terran. Please testify to these allegations.
Such a mood.
Mind if I take the suit off? It's getting really heavy.
I mean, it weighs 110 pounds on average.
It's not the weight of the suit that you feel, but of your sins.
What is this, JoJo?
Prepare to carry that weight for the rest of your life.
Bruh.
Banish me to the moon. I don't care anymore.
Fly me to the moon. Wow, that was super negative. Is he gonna be alright up there?
He'll be fine, I think. As long as he totally doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is.
I didn't kill him.
All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down the middle level and headed for the corridor. Clay had passed out by that time when we got to the order and to evacuate. I didn't kill Clay, I was trying to save him.
I love the animation of him with the fucking thing.
So you assert you didn't set off the bomb or murder the victim?
Ha 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 ha. But I bet you think I'm lying, right?
I reserve all judgment until I've heard your full testimony.
Yeah, you can keep him. It looks like there's more girls in this case than I thought.
I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut. I don't think the judge doubts that.
Who would wear a suit like that except an astronaut?
Somebody who really wanted to be an astronaut.
Thanks, Daniel. That cleared it up for me.
I will say when I saw you in that movie, you appeared quite courageous. Oh, I suppose reality never quite lives up to fantasy.
It's like, that wasn't me. That was Sean Bean.
I guess I'm just a big disappointment. Wow, that's a mood.
That is a mood.
I really don't care what happens anymore. Oh no, he's completely given up. What a depressing fellow. If you were to join me in the clink, I imagine that annoying sigh of yours would rub off on the other inmates.
Like how it rubbed off on Prosecutor Blackwell a second ago?
That was Blackwell sign? Mr. Starbuck's testimony contains a glaring contradiction. The question is, what does it mean? Even if Mr. Starbuck is my client, I can't be gun-shy now. It's time to find out the truth.
Hell yeah. The knife looked like a kitchen knife. To me, it reminds me of like a, I don't know, box cutter, maybe?
They called it a
Like,
utility.
Yeah, I was literally about to say the utility knife.
So what you're saying is that the victim was still alive at that time? Of course. It was alive and well. If so, then you admit you took a man who was alive and well and silenced him permanently with this. What? No! Black hole confirmed. Dead ahead. Duh! It's no good, Captain. I'm getting sucked in! Mr. Starbuck, you aren't in space. Please give your testimony seriously.
Plus, you don't even know what it would be like to be sucked up into a black hole.
Just nerves. Maybe I shouldn't have said he was alive and well. It was more like he was slumped over. Those are complete opposite ends of the spectrum! Like always. Oh, wait, I read that. Press. Is that the elevator inside the launch pad area? That's right. We always use it to get to and from the cockpit.
He said cock. That makes sense. So he was just using the route he always used.
In spite of the fact there, in spite of the fact that there had just been an explosion.
Oh. Huh?
I think Mr. Starbuck is hiding something. Something pretty big.
Yeah, don't elevators normally shut down?
Passed out? Why was he passed out? Probably because of the explosion. The noise and vibration were incredible. It's little wonder a person would pass out, right? I guess? Not that I'd know.
You will.
You will. I've been hit by space debris. The main engine's on fire. It's gonna blow. Ah!
Ground control to Major Tom!
Yes, I see. I guess it does make sense that someone would pass out. Especially if the person in question is Mr. Starbuck. Anyway. Don't worry, I understand. I'll make sure everything turns out alright. But everyone's glaring at me like I did it.
Apollo, you have to reassure him better than that!
And how am I supposed to do that?
Try to imagine how he's feeling, and use that to figure out how to boost his confidence.
Mr. Starbuck, think back to what Clay used to always say. In times like these, when he would repeat, "I'm fine," to himself. I'm fine? Yeah, I guess he did say that a lot. But even if I shout it, Clay will still be dead. What's the use?
Yeah, he's not in a mental state.
Could someone please reassure me now?
Apollo, there's something strange about Mr. Starbuck's testimony.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's a glaring contradiction. I just wonder why it's there and what it means for our case.
Well, it doesn't look like he's lying, at least.
Guess I'll have to show some evidence. Alright, support Clay to get us out of the rocket. This is the one,
I think so.
But let me look at the core.
Doesn't seem to make sense. I would think an elevator would be offline in the middle of an emergency situation. I keep yawning. I know that I'm like, my body's tired, but my brain is not. My brain is so wired right now. My body is just like...
Yeah, no, I'm actually a little tired. But I'm trying to keep trucking for at least a little while longer.
Is there any evidence we have that proves... Wait, check...
Can I check the details?
Yes.
Wait.
Alright, maybe... I don't know if that has anything to do with this right now. Keep it in mind,
wait
though.
A second. I mean, maybe I'm thinking ahead, but how do we know that this isn't Clay and that's fucking...
Good point. We don't.
Because isn't Clay the one that was carrying this?
Yes, but they, I don't know. It could have gone either way. But you're right, with the helmets on, we can't tell.
Only the prints of directors Cosmos, Starbucks, and Terran are authorized. An independent security company manages the usage records. Backup power allows it to function even when the power goes out. Attempts to use print recognition are also recorded via security camera.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's the evacuation report.
Police officers and riot police gave evacuations instructions immediately. There was a power outage and the afflicted areas remained dark. The security system switched over to emergency power and continued to work.
Okay.
He's moved to the basement shelter. Okay. Oh, wait.
Hmm?
Oh, hold on. I got an idea.
Do it, babe. I believe in you.
Took the elevator down to the middle level and headed towards the
Oh.
corridor.
Wait.
But
yeah.
Yeah, this.
Wasn't the explosion right there in the middle? Yeah. Good job, babe.
Mr. Starbuck, I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible. Was I not being accurate? No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level.
And what makes you say that, Mr. Justice?
Please recall where the bomb went off in Launchpad 1. Also recall that after the explosion, the middle level elevator was engulfed in flames.
Ah. Well, you're right. Which means...
Exactly, the Launchpad's elevator would have been unstable, in other words. Mr. Starbuck, your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts. What's with the helmet? Yeah, Mission Command! Mission Command, do you read me? Come in, please!
Bruh.
This is Mission Command. I order you to pay attention!
Wow!
Stop this nonsense and answer my questions, Mr. Starbuck.
Yeah, I'm with Dimension Dude. He is definitely not in the mental state to be testifying.
My oxygen tank!
Bro.
Oxygen concentration and body temperature declining, requesting medical assistance!
Somebody help this poor man.
Ah!
You gonna be okay, man? He's down. We've lost him.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mrs. Starbuck, we are not in space right now. Please stop pretending you've lost consciousness and stand back up.
I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth.
I feel like we all just got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck the astronaut.
Yeah, he seemed more like an astronaut now that when he was doing all this sighing. Mr. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement about how you used the middle level elevator? I was nervous and I said the wrong thing. Sorry. I actually, took a different route, I think.
You think?
A different route? I hope you're able to deliver a straight story this time. I'll get it right this time, maybe. No, I mean probably.
He's doing his best.
Probably.
Maybe.
It's understandable to be nervous, but let me remind you that accuracy is paramount in court. I'm not going to necessarily charge you with perjury because everybody does it, but, you know, please don't lie to the court. Pretty please, for me, because you love me.
I do love you.
Thank you.
Let's see. My escape route. What I said before was a mistake. I remember now. I took a different route. Maybe. Probably. With the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level.
He seems very confused.
So you're saying you escaped without using the elevator? That's right. There's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. I used that ladder to get to the middle level. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we could make our escape that way. And the capsule you mentioned. I suppose you mean the thing next to Mr. Terran here. Was the capsule that important that you'd risk your life to take it with you? It almost goes without saying, but yeah, that capsule contains asteroid samples. Therefore, it's invaluable as research material. With a spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton, but securing the capsule was also important. I need you to answer to the best of your ability.
You okay?
Yeah. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is riding on your testimony.
No pressure, though.
Maybe I am guilty after all.
What?
I wonder if you can see the stars in prison. But it's more comfortable than a spaceship.
Bruh.
How could you mistake such a basic fact? Everybody makes mistakes, but try thinking about the vastness of space instead. From Earth, it takes 4 light years to travel to our nearest neighboring star. You see, compared to the vast expanse of space, human error is insignificant.
I mean, yeah.
I wish he'd consider it just a little more significant than 0. Enough jabbering. Get on with your testimony.
Get on with it!
Maybe. Probably. Did I hear you right, Mr. Starbuck?
Please tell me I
didn't say any of those things. Mission Control, come in, please. An error has occurred in the sound system. Activate the emergency tin can telephone. Oh no! Tin can telephones are ineffective in the vacuum of space! Stop this nonsense, or I will sever you and your tin can telephone. Alright, I'm begging you. I'll tell the truth. Just don't sever anything.
Oh my god. Apollo, is he gonna be alright?
I'm starting to think he's not.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see. So, about when we were running away.
Bam, bum, bum, bum.
The upper level of the launch pad area? That's right. That's what I said, isn't it? Granted, that route does exist. So to recap, you had Clay over your right shoulder and the capsule in your left hand.
That lines up.
Yeah, it's really important, so I couldn't let it get burned up. So even though Clay was really heavy, I couldn't afford to carry him with both hands. I did the best I could with him over one shoulder and the capsule in my other hand. I don't think the meaning of what he just said has hit him yet. You know what you have to do with that statement. Justice Dono.
Why is it on me?
Yes, I know. Well, I've come this far. No turning back now. It's time to present some evidence.
So Mr. Starbuck escaped with Clay and the capsule, which means it's just like in the footage. I can see why he couldn't run, though.
He must have weighed over 200 pounds just by himself.
Yeah, and he had to support Clay, who was another 200 pounds. Plus, he had to ensure the safety of that capsule. I don't think I could have even walked under those circumstances.
Walking straight forward is probably about all I would have been able to manage. Hold on.
Yeah, he said,
I need to press this again.
capsule and clay in my arms. That's definitely it. I just don't know.
Clay over your right shoulder and the capsule in your left hand.
I think that's right.
Yeah, it is right. Couldn't let it get burned up.
How did you descend the ladder with both hands occupied? Good question. I don't think they're gonna let us focus on that, though. Or maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look through the court record.
I think so, because, like, if you look at the way he's talking, it is only a ladder that he could take. So, I would think that that's our best option, is to, present, this, I guess?
Maybe. Yeah! You
Yeah.
did it!
Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell the truth?
Why not?
The truth? Let's see. The Earth is blue?
Not really.
No, that's not right. So, I guess the Earth isn't blue? Yeah, that's it.
I mean, some part of it is.
The truth, Mr. Starbuck. The oxygen concentration is super low in this area. Prepare the emergency oxygen tanks.
Mr. Justice, the witness appears confused. Please help draw the truth from him.
Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route.
Nani?
Not as long as this was along the escape route.
The
The ladder?
bomb? But, I don't know.
To get down from the upper to the middle level where the Launchpad 1 corridor is, you would have to go down the ladder. Isn't that right, Mr. Starbuck?
Oh, shit.
Of course. That was the only way we could escape.
Oh, shit. Okay, thanks, Daniel.
But how would that work? At the time you were supporting Mr. Terran over your shoulder, were you not? And also remember, he was in full space gear as well, putting him at over 200 pounds. Yo! Well, it's easy on the moon. Gravity's only 1/6 of what it is on Earth.
Daniel.
Can you itch between my shoulder blades? I have hair or something.
I'll try, but I don't. My nails have all broken this week.
You still have more nails than I do. Plus, it's just about reaching it.
True.
But the Space Center is located on Earth. Short of being an octopus, climbing a ladder with an adult male in space gear in one arm, while
You're-
carrying the capsule in your other is impossible, wouldn't you say?
You were dead on, baby.
Oh. Also, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb down that ladder with your arms full? Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth now. Now. Ah! Engineer! Where's that engineer? Oxygen leak detected due to faulty... Ugh.
What?
What the? He's flying the coop. Help! I'm caught on the ceiling. Help? Anyone?
That guy needs a psychiatrist. He's not stable.
Bailiff, prepare the cherry picker. We must launch our rescue mission at once.
Well, that's one way to take off while being questioned.
I'd rather prove his innocence so he can go to space again someday for real.
He needs some help, though.
He's stuck in the ceiling.
Now then, Mr. Starbuck, do you think you can keep your feet planted on the ground?
Yes, I apologize for losing control. Are you ready to tell us the truth?
And nothing but the truth.
Not that, anything but that. So good. All these back scratches are so good. What is going on? This isn't the Mr. Starbuck I know. It appears Space Boy is prone to deception. Witness. Yes? I saw your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect. Prosecutor Blackwell, please! Please don't talk about that! What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell?
Are we gonna go into his fucking anxiety shit? I mean, we already assumed most of this.
Didn't I already state that the space boy is ironically terrified of going into space?
You would be too if you were trapped in
That's
space.
why he took some precautions just before the launch. For you see, traces of this anti-anxiety drug were found in his system. Oh. I sense things are about to nosedive. You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation, too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It was found in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it. How could that be?
Somebody obviously drugged him.
Somebody must have slipped him to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember. Because of the side effects.
What kind of drug are you taking?
That's why I don't remember about what really happened. What?
What?
What? Order in the court! Jeez.
We can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything.
Well, this certainly explains why his testimony keeps changing.
Why didn't he just tell me he couldn't remember?
I guess he didn't want anybody to find out that he was terrified about going into space.
Maybe I really did do it. Which brings us to the answer of our original question. Of how the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body. Does? So what is it? A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints, Justice Dono.
But he does leave marks if you throw him down a fucking flight.
So the body was simply dropped down from the top of the ladder.
Just saying.
Oh my, see. The defendant could climb down with his free hand.
Drop the body down? Who would do such a disrespectable thing? Besides, dropping the body down would leave marks on the body itself.
Right?
So you are capable of quick thinking. Yes, you are correct. Really? Oh, thanks.
Aw, Apollo, you're very cute.
Oh, what's this? It's the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured, and I'm sure you can figure out why. You can't be implying that it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body. I am. For they fracture easily when struck. Even if that's true, the tank's explosion and the shrapnel would have left marks on the body. Yet according to the autopsy report, only the knife wound was found in the victim's body. You're clearly grasping at straws with this line of reasoning. The spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, Justice Dono. It includes the latest technology devices, and it is made of fabric of tomorrow. The fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space. So falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the wearer.
You don't know that.
Then shouldn't it be impossible to stab someone through it as well?
Yeah, there's that.
It should, and yet, through sheer coincidence, the knife slipped through a weak spot in the suit's structure and found its way to the target. What are the chances?
Like none. But that's Phoenix Wright for you. Ba-dam-bam!
You forget that our killer is an astronaut himself with knowledge of how the suit works. He's got me there. And now my argument has been proven. Spaceboy killed the victim in the rocket and then dropped his body from the upper level. After climbing down, he shouldered the body to make sure the camera recorded them. There's no room for debate about these facts.
There's a little.
It's clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Terran. Yeah! Here, the report regarding the astronauts' oxygen tanks. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river Styx.
Wow! So dramatic. Hey, this report is pretty detailed. It really is.
Let's see. The display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows how much oxygen remains. I guess that means these glowing cyan digits represent the amount of oxygen remaining. Done for. I'm going to prison instead of space.
I mean, with that attitude, I guess.
Space boy. Yes. Take heart. The bejeweled night sky is still beautiful even when viewed through bars.
What?
You mean the stars as seen from prison?
I mean, yeah.
That's right. Your cell will be your spaceship. Picture the view through the iron bars. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all time. That's not a half bad thought. Mr. Starbuck? Prosecutor Blackwell got him good. Spaceship prison cell, fly me, my guilt, and my despair to the deepest, darkest space. And then let's get sucked into a black hole together!
No.
Mr. Starbuck, you can't give up hope. Oh. Yes, Apollo? You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you were an incredible man. He said you'd never give up on your dreams and passions for space, no matter the situation. He said that. So don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Terran. For Clay?
Aw. Whoa, whoops.
You're wasting your breath.
Wow.
More yelling!
Loud noises!
Aw. Apollo, thank you. I can see things clearly now.
I can see all obstacles in my way. Sorry.
Mr. Starbuck. I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission.
Hell yeah.
Right. We'll both be fine. I'll prove you're innocent. You'll see. And after that, We'll get you back into space. Ha! You've ignited the booster rockets of my soul!
Yeah!
I'm on fire!
Yeah!
I am Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself!
Sure! Whatever helps.
This is no time to be whimpering and crying. I can't let you and Clay down. Balderdash. The sun, the moon, all of space is calling me. Solomon Soul Starbuck! Ready for launch! Begin the countdown! 5, 4,
3!
Ooh.
1. Lift off!
Where are we going?
He's swimming.
I'm doing it! Like flies off.
Well, I feel like I've witnessed an actual rocket launch.
Apollo, you did it! You broke Prosecutor Blackwell's grip over Mr. Starbuck.
I can't take the credit. It was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through.
Yeah!
If you simpletons are done massaging one another's egos. No matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your baldness?
I'm a fucking rocket ship.
I can't let up now. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mr. Starbuck just has to make it back into space.
Go to space, go to space.
I can't allow Clay's dream to remain unfulfilled.
You needed a body.
I've got to destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice. Think! If only people at Launchpad 1 were... If the only people were at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck. And if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, then the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. So the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is if I can prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. In which case, I should be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Now let's see. About this data that we just received.
Oh yeah.
It supposedly proves that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body in Launchpad number 1. But if I'm going to prove that false, then there must be something I can use here.
Oh fuck, it's Kyle. Oh shit, what's up, Kyle?
Enough of this farce, your baldness. Let's have your verdict. Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. But about this oxygen tank data you submitted just now. It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had an 80% remaining while Mr. Terrence had 0.
Huh.
Do you still stand by the accuracy of this report? Of course. Then I guess it simply means that it's faulty, as evidence goes. You explain what you mean, Justice Dono. It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of the case.
Bitch.
Take a look at the detailed description and you'll see what I mean.
I mean, did you even read it? Because I didn't. Also, shoutouts to ever quoting the fucking Game Rooms remix in there. It's so good. It's like my favorite remix. Someone should drop it in chat.
I hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory. I didn't read it either.
Yes, Your Honor. Right away.
Fuck. I don't know. We didn't read it. You thought we read that shit? I didn't read it.
Oh, no, I read it. Where the fuck is my...
The photos?
Yeah.
You looking for those photos?
Yeah.
Those are some good ass photos. I think it's the disc.
Oh, you're right.
What?
chase the stars is my favorite thing in the world.
How does this evidence contradict the evidence?
Problem is this part here.
You know, where it says oxygen level that's not at all the same. Hi, Foxy.
Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbucks' tank as he carries Mr. Terran.
Appears to say 50.
Yes, but according to the data, our client's tank had 80% remaining.
Well, the oxygen in the tank increased.
I see your honor finds it as strange as I do. It's bad enough that there's a contradiction. But the increase in oxygen is beyond an lot.
You're right, it is blah blah. What's going on here?
That's Clay. I too find it odd that the oxygen remaining has increased. Would it be so odd as if my rations were to increase?
You get rations?
But what does that prove? Doesn't change the fact that it's the defendant carrying the victim's corpse.
I mean, is it though?
I'm gonna bet you don't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules.
Oh, ish.
Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase, just as your rations don't increase.
Because fuck you.
Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it.
You're welcome.
In that case, do you have any answer to this riddle of the mysteriously increasing oxygen? You'd better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency as mere equipment malfunction. Ugh.
Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, if you cannot provide an adequate counter-argument to this point, I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end.
Jeez.
You know, I bring it, and I bring it hard. You think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased?
Of course I can. The things to do at times like this is to turn my thinking around. Mr. Starbuck has no memory of it, but he claims to have carried Clay. So this man with the 50 on his tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck. But if anything, the display on his oxygen tank should have shown an 80. This is a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what should I be asking? So what I should be asking is not, why did the oxygen level increase? But what had to have happened to make it look like it increased? Am I making some kind of mistake in my based assumptions here? Yes, you are.
Well, Mr. Justice, we're waiting.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer.
Oh shit.
What if it was the other way around?
Well, the other way around. Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice? I don't get it.
As you can see, Your Honor, both men had their helmets on in this footage. But it turns out, this is where our based assumptions went astray. We assumed that it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran, but it was actually the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran at all. It was Mr. Terran who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge.
I was, wow, what?
There's still a dead body in that box, just so everybody knows. I don't want anybody to forget that there's just a dead body chilling in that box.
Order, Mr. Justice! You mean to tell me you're the person on the right in this image is the victim Clay Terran? But he's dead, isn't he?
It's the only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was a 50%. And when the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%.
That's right. There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing.
This means Mr. Terran was alive as they made their escape to the lounge. How short your memory is. Have you forgotten what you yourself proposed? even if the victim was alive at this point in time. How did he descend the ladder? Was his arms full? Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade.
Oh shit, throwing his blade analogies back at him.
Shit. Excuse me. I'm pissed about this.
You didn't think anybody could be more weeb than you. Wrong!
It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose the matter needs further investigating. But we have proven that Mr. Terran was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. This fact alone shatters your claims
Bitch.
and opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party. Ugh! There were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene. But can we truly trust their statements?
I mean, we haven't even talked to them yet. Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arn and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think one of them might have given a false statement to the police?
Certainly possible. Might have to do a little bit more digging.
Good luck finding Candace Arn.
Looks like we'll have to hear the testimony of these first two people on the scene.
Score.
Come to think of it, well, Detective Arm should be here in court right now. Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arm to the stand?
Awkward. It's this fucker. Oh yeah, this was you.
Oh, I have an announcement, everyone.
Well, what's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here.
Oh wait, shit, I forgot.
I
Please
don't...
remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb.
Get signal.
The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode.
His bomb is about to explode.
Explode! Bomb? Now?
Really?
Ah, everybody run!
Ah! I don't want to die! Oh no! Everybody's panicking!
Don't have time for these stupid bombs.
Headless chickens with a death wish. A lot of you. Calm yourselves before all else.
Come on, Apollo, let's get out of here!
But what about Mr. Starbucks' dream? And who will carry out Clay's final wish?
Later, when we can't do it when you're dead.
I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow the truth up forever.
But,
I
bruh, I know you loved him, but it's a bomb.
refuse to let things in here.
Apollo, this is no time to be dramatic! If we don't get out of here now, we're gonna die! Come on, this way!
Hey, ouch, let me go.
Get the fuck out! Oh, Juniper!
Apollo. Juniper. She hasn't evacuated yet? Ah! Juniper, are you alright?
Apollo, not that way!
Ah!
Bomb exploding! You all remember the first case. You know. It explodes. Bomb explodes.
Kablooey.
It blows up. To be continued.
Oh shit. Yes, save the game.
Save! We gotta sleep.
I
I'm
need
so sleepy.
to save. I'm so
We didn't get to do deep night. We should do deep night tomorrow.
W-
But like
we should.
earlier because it's Sunday. But
Yeah.
we should do it anyway.
Because we definitely, every time we say we're gonna do Deep Night and play Phoenix Wright first,
Phoenix Wright is just like,
it
oh
absorbs
shit.
you.
Yeah, it does.
Fucking
We're
can't
making
do
really
anything.
good headway in this case too. So tomorrow we're gonna play indie games and speed run.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't know what time. We'll see.
My voice is trying to leave.
But
me.
we're gonna play indie games and we're gonna speed run.
Hell yeah.
I just don't know when. So
But
keep,
it's gonna happen.
keep an eye on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
Absolutely.
Who are we gonna hang out with? Oh, you know what? We can hang out with BGG because he's playing The Witness.
Oh yes.
Hell yeah, I'm into it. All right, good night, fam.
Good
We'll
night,
see you guys
guys.
tomorrow. I'm gonna go pass the fuck out.
Me too.
You
Thanks
guys
for
are the
hanging out.
best.
See you next time.
See you next time. And by next time, I mean tomorrow.
Yeah.